Oh, we're on air? Oh, awesome. Welcome, everybody. Welcome CW Universe. We are watching AEW Full Gear. My name is Glitch. I'm the guy hosting this for the crew, and let's go around. Okay, guys, introduce yourselves.
I was on the AEW podcast with Glitch, which we'll hopefully be doing again at some point very soon.
You know, the easiest way, I guess, to do this would be alphabetical, which makes Anthony next.
Hello, everybody. I am back again to host another CWF Watch Along, this time for Full Gear.
Thanks for showing up, Ian.
You're welcome.
Inside joke. Don't worry about it.
But yeah, I'm here to host it, and hope you guys have fun watching it today.
And also here is, Trish was here. Okay, it's what happens. You throw attention, she just vanishes. Ken is here, but he's on mute. Next up is Daniel.
That's me. I'm actually heading out the door, but it was fun to watch the pre-show with you guys. So thanks for that.
Oh my God, I'm mentioning people's names and they're disappearing. What special power do I possess? Also is Kaza.
Yo, how's it going, folks? Getting ready to watch some hopefully good wrestling, and hopefully nobody killing themselves this time.
What? Why not?
Nobody wants to hear me screaming.
We have a Darby Allin match. You're not getting what you want.
Well, damn.
All right. Well, we also have Richard.
Hey, what's up? Richie here, also known as Magical Senpai. What's up, CWF Universe? Thanks for joining us for this watch-along of AEW Full Gear.
Right, and that just leaves me. I am Jeremy. I'm known as the CWF as the one and only Mario. You can find my bizarre TikToks at the one and only Mario, as well as my Instagram CWF Mario. So it's been a while since I've watched AEW, so it's going to be a little bit of a learning curve as far as I'm concerned. But don't worry, I will color commentate and be as much of a smartass as I usually am.
Amen.
You forgot the one of the main people CWF. Jeez, here.
He was muted, and I was moving on before I just completely messed this up. G, go ahead.
It's probably the third major AEW pay-per-view I saw. I'm really excited. Last one shattered my expectations in different ways.
Shattered dream your expectations?
It was quite an impactful pay-per-view.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, G's going to be disappointed if there's no botches.
Can we not make jokes about that for the next 2 hours? Can we enjoy we're probably going to have a decent night of wrestling? And
yeah, this time around, we're going to have a good match.
I'm sorry, make jokes about what? I had this concussion a few months ago, and I don't remember what you're talking about.
I'll be around, just this fine.
It was right there. I couldn't help myself.
I know you couldn't.
I guess what he's probably trying to say is, let's not keep saying this is good for all the wrong reasons.
Oh, wow, yeah. I think those are in my wedding vows. Okay.
Oh my God.
Well, the real question is, do the top turnbuckles have baby oil on them?
I thought we were watching a pay-per-view, not an OnlyFans.
I mean, this is
You
don't know this because you don't probably watch BTE, but Michael Nakazawa, another wrestler in AEW during being the Elite, as a segment to show why, quotation marks, story-wise, Matt Sydal slipped and fell. He showed up that night, quotation marks, and poured baby oil over the turnbuckle so he would slip.
You know, there's a part of me that thinks that it's not cool to try and cover up something by claiming it was an attempted murder. But then again, you know, I've watched Baron Corbin throw people off a 4-story building. So who am I to speak?
Well, it was done comedy-wise. It wasn't like you're not supposed to take the baby oil seriously.
Yeah.
Well, also, AEW has a history of it. Remember when they incorporated the Dark Order dude who botched those punches?
Oh, that was
Now the real question is that we're all going to be asking ourselves tonight while watching Eddie Kingston versus Jon Moxley. Does Kingston know it's a work?
Yeah, does Kingston know that wrestling is a work? Because
Actually,
so far,
there
the last few weeks, the answer has been no.
Actually, there's one other thing. Who is doing the sync mark? Because we're going to need one of those. This show technically starts in a minute.
Howdy, folks.
I could. I just don't. This is my second ever, so.
We don't.
Let's just stick with what we know and have Daniel do it.
Okay, let's do it.
I thought you were leaving though.
I was, but I'm leaving at 5, so I guess I can stick around to 5:01.
Are you coming back later?
No, unfortunately. I'm a couple hours. I would have loved to.
We'll let you know how it goes.
So we are still in the pre-show, ladies and gentlemen, and
Jim Ross is here.
Jim Ross is here.
I'm there with Tony Schiavone and Excalibur, I believe that is?
Yes, Excalibur.
Jim Ross. We're live, pal.
No orange midget tonight, so we're good there. It's Taz.
Oh, is that the orange midget we're talking about? I thought we were talking about the one that was
been
golfing.
bad on commentary though.
Watch out! Watch out!
Him and Excalibur make a really good duo.
I don't know. I've seen some botchamias recently that kind of say otherwise.
Hey, guy in the front row, put your mask on.
Did you see that that Dusty Rhodes link I put up? That's a bicycle.
Yeah, and instantly I put the botchamania it's Taz up. So
how's that mask only covering the nose? All right.
Because it's Florida.
All right, here we go. We have a black screen, and there we go. We are the anti-pirating warning for everyone. Let you know when anything pops up.
Yeah, warning, guys. So behave yourselves.
Behave yourselves.
Oh, I have to go.
Oh, this is a really long anti-piracy.
Yeah, they want to make sure you know this entire paragraph.
You better not make any money on this, motherfucker. Wait, can I curse on Twitch? I forgot.
Is there going to be a test on this later?
There we go.
All right, and now is streamers, dumbbells, party, skull, guy, blue, orange. Yeah, so we are now starting. It's just a bunch of flashing sequences.
It sounds like you're listing off your latest tweets or something.
We're good. We're good at this point.
Kenny, title,
Serena,
walking, eyeballs. All right, so I hope that everyone was able to catch that. If you're watching, you'll understand, and if you are watching, you're just like, "Wow, you were really bad at that." Well, regardless, we are synced up and we are ready to go. And I'm out of here. See you guys.
See ya.
Here, brother.
Oh, let me just shrink the Jericho's in here, so let me just get him in here.
Okay, but we really don't need to talk about shrinkage right now. That's not fair, dude. Can MJF get the Inner Circle rose? We'll find out tonight on The Bachelor Meets the Bachelor.
Ooh, that's a step.
Yeah, especially wearing that beard. I mean, man, you got to be sure about yourself.
Bucks are going to be out of the title picture if they lose, and that's the Bucks.
Well, to be fair, it's not like they've been really in the title picture for the last 6 months.
Because that might get me shot in some circles.
Yo, what up?
Are you okay? I think the Master Control program got you.
I think you had a vocoder on.
Yeah, it sounds like.
There we go. Jericho's in here now. That's right.
Yeah.
Jon Maxley.
No, you didn't say it right.
Oh, the Jon Moxley.
Jon
Hopefully it's fixed now.
Moxley.
And let's not
Is
forget.
that like Zordon?
Don't forget
Yeah,
also
he's
the other one.
Like, Zordon
Michael
for a minute.
Nakazawa.
What was that? Was that a remix?
No, that's how Justin actually says Michael Nakazawa's name.
Yeah, he says Naka like 7 times.
It sounds like somebody is. It sounds like an OCD issue.
Say, is
It's
that
what
like a
Michael
nervous
Nakazawa
condition?
wants.
It's
I mean,
bizarre.
it's everybody. Don't you just love little flourishes announcers add like the rated R superstar? Ah, it's Greed. It's
That's
Greed
why
for
Jillian Garcia will always be the best ring announcer.
Alright. Welcome to Steampunk Slam. Let's get it on.
Steampunk Slam, no tiny ladder. Let's
Yeah.
go.
That's what I call my hotel room at Comic Con.
We got Cody from The Sweet Life of Zack and Cody.
Giving
Man, this is
Cody's
gonna be- all these matches are going to be good.
giving Cody's tension to really put people over. I think he
You
might
think
drop the
Darby's
title.
gonna win?
He's losing tonight. He has to.
Oh, hell yeah, John Silver.
He has to lose tonight. This match right here was gonna be the match on the buy-in, but they moved it up to the main card.
And it's a good thing they moved it up.
Yeah, because
Wait.
it's gonna be really good.
Is Jericho MJF heel versus heel?
Yes.
Yeah.
Kind of.
No, it's heel versus heel.
But
He
it,
wants to join his team.
yeah.
I think
What
MJF
it
is gonna
he just
win and
wants
then
to-
tell Jericho that he
all it
doesn't
is.
want to join the inner circle anymore.
I don't want him to join the inner circle, man.
No one wants him to, but that's what I mean. Like, it
It was-
makes sense for him to beat him
Yeah.
and then go, fuck joining your club, and then
Oh.
leaving.
Oh,
it,
yeah.
It was a joke because my name is Jericho.
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck Jericho. What the
Fuck
fuck
yeah,
Jericho's
yeah,
done?
man. And fuck you, Michael Nakazawa looking ass.
Hey.
Wow,
Michael-
Billy Mays is looking to discount.
What are we gonna do? Throw oil at me, G?
Well, I'll just have to summon my other personality, Birdie Slammer.
Oh, Don Callis.
Oh my God, Don Callis?
Don.
Yes. From Impact Wrestling.
And Rey Mysterio.
Well, Rey Mysterio,
Well,
if he had lifters in his
Get it
shoes.
right. Get it
He
right.
lost
It's
both of
Pound-
his eyes.
It's Poundland Rey Mysterio.
Hound.
Are we starting off with the women's match?
No, this is
No, this is
Kenny
Kenny.
Omega.
This is Kenny.
Oh, what the hell? It's the first match? I thought Orange
Wow.
Cassidy was going to
Wow,
be the first match.
Kenny's the curtain jerker? That's fine. That's cool. I'll live with that.
I think it makes sense.
Wait,
Because it is just the determine who. It's not a title match,
This is-
right? It's just
no,
to
this is
determine
No,
the-
it's to
this
find
is
out
to
who the
determine
next
the
heavyweight
number one
contender is.
contender for the AEW championship.
yeah.
So, okay, so is Hangman going over?
Mm,
I
Wait,
don't think so. AEW definitely has a problem trying to feature its younger wrestlers. They seem to prefer the older vets first.
well,
Oh,
Hangman is one of those. He's
Oh,
not
he's
really a
different.
younger wrestler.
got the cleaner.
It's
Which
it's
is funny,
two
'cause-
ladies from Glow.
yes. The
Hangman
Kleenex.
it almost looked like Hangman was going to be the first champion.
Yeah, then all of a sudden Jericho were declared.
Yeah, I whooped his ass.
Oh my god, if he's wearing the Kirito jacket again. ugh.
Man,
his
baby
arm
metal
got-
concerts have gotten boring.
He skipped arm day. His arms kind of just look scrawny.
He appears to have something in his ear.
I think it's just
It's
no
the
references today.
Yeah.
God, when he wore the Kirito jacket, it disappointed me, not because it was Kirito, but it just reminded me of like when you're at a con and those cosplayers who say they're cosplaying a certain character when they're only wearing one item of the character.
I'm feeling called out.
Oh, like when he cosplayed as Akuma.
Yeah, and he just had dyed hair.
Yeah. I mean, the Young Bucks went all in with the Ryu and Ken design.
Yeah,
but...
they lost the gear that he was going to have because he was going to be dressed as Akuma during that evening, but his gear didn't arrive on time.
It's just a dark key.
It was specially designed gear.
Dude, he could have borrowed a pair of pants from Justin Wong, and it would have been fine.
All right, no lie, I really like Adam Page's theme song.
Oh, me too.
Yeah, definitely. It's like one of my
cowboy
top 10,
shit. Let's go.
Yep.
If
I literally don't care who wins this match because I could go on either one of them.
Same.
If McCree was ever in CWF, this would be his theme song.
Yeah. But yeah, no, Hangman's Page is like Hangman's Page's theme is like
Focus D-Haw, man.
Number one on my my Spotify all time favorites or something, or one of those playlists they generate for you. Oh no, it's not number one on repeat.
Woo, we got a healthy smattering of people in the Twitch chat today.
Well, that's good because we're sitting here waiting for two Bleach Blondes to get it on.
It's all right, baby. We going into it.
We're watching two half-naked men about to slap me.
Because of your
meaty men,
big man,
big man, bumping meat.
I don't need your lifestyle matches.
Okay, enough of the San Francisco treat.
Hey, I'm from San Francisco.
Point made.
Because you stated that Page's theme would be like McCree's theme in CWF, you have a thing where we're not allowed to use other wrestlers' themes.
With special exception.
Okay, but the Ecstasy of Gold would be McCree's theme.
Ooh.
True.
Yeah.
Like, it's fucking perfect.
Then again, if we were going to pick an Overwatch character, we could do better than McCree. Not that McCree's bad.
I think McCree would be fun for CWF.
Okay, I'm going to request you guys watch wrestling before you dig this hole any deeper.
Yeah, let's get back to the action-packed
Ooh.
action.
Ooh.
Ooh, that was a little high chop there.
Woo!
Ooh.
I love curtain jerker matches.
Usually gives the pace of the show.
Chop to the shoulders. That's rare.
I'm sorry, I'm not a fan of Adam Page's chops.
They don't have a lot of snap on the impact, I admit. They're a little soft.
Yeah.
And part of that, I'm sure, is protecting the other guy. That's all well and fine. But you gotta get that snack in, otherwise you don't have much. You know, not everybody has to try and knock somebody completely down like Keith Lee.
Yeah.
Oh, somebody's done DDP yoga.
Ooh.
And I see somebody's also watched a bunch of JBL matches. That's nice.
Oh.
I think there needs to be a program between Hangman Page and Orange Cassidy. I think that'd be an interesting contrast in styles.
I don't think that would mesh very well. I mean, we talked about this during the pre-show. That's just too.
Whoa!
Really wouldn't mesh well.
I think you'd be
this
surprised.
match is already in full gear.
Oh, Orange Cassidy is like one of those CM Punk style dudes that just adapts well to working with all kinds of other people.
When it comes to punts, G went all out.
Well, congratulations, G. I didn't know you were coming out today.
G, with your punch, you really need to go double or nothing.
Hey.
Apparently, you guys have run out and gone dark.
Oh,
No, I'm just waiting for the right time to start a revolution.
Oh.
Great balls of fire.
God damn it, dude.
Y'all just throw...
Jericho with the really bad, really obscure.
Jericho with the combo breaker.
Well, to be fair, we named all of the pay-per-views at this point.
And also the show or dark, and then
we never got to say anything about Dynamite.
Hey,
I think somebody needs to tell Paige that there's an easier way to move the barricade.
Yeah, guys. Oh shit!
Oh,
ooh,
baby!
I feel like this is the first watch along where I could finally call a Canadian destroyer. I feel like this is a show. This is like 5 watch alongs in the making.
I mean, it would just be like a regular move now.
Yeah.
I mean, WWE has already killed the mythos of the Canadian Destroyer.
Remember when John Cena was doing Code Reds?
Reverse Rough Rider. Make it look like he's sunburned in the chest.
Yeah.
It's okay if you keep talking to yourself, Kenny. Kota Ibushi will come.
I'm Mrs.
But look, what they do in their private time is none of our business.
I'm Mrs. Boyfriend.
The Golden Lovers.
Yeah, don't talk about their 7-star 60-man Iron Man match in the hotel, dude. And I quit match.
God, Kenny's chest is super red.
Yeah, I think they're about to invent the first slap tan.
It's medium red.
Whoa.
He's almost Brock Lesnar red in the chest.
Someone did not stick the landing there.
I think he might have been purposely selling that.
That was that move looked like it had intention. That botch, even if it was a real botch.
You know,
Well, it just
sometimes
shows
you
how
lose
good.
grip of the power orb. So yeah.
Well, I mean, that just shows how good Kenny is, that he can take a botch and then make it work.
Okay, one quick twist, his match is over. Oh, there it is.
Okay. Hope spot.
Chopping him in the throat, Jesus.
I think he's actually starting to get some nerve sensitivity underneath all that pink.
Has a regular punch been thrown? Or
Negative.
I think those have been chopped at this point.
Woo!
Oh,
Oh my God!
Oh,
That sell!
I love wrestling.
I was expecting a disaster kick. That was cooler.
yeah, that was awesome. Paige was just like, "Hey, JBL, look at this."
You ain't gonna impress JBL with that whiff.
Hey, put some respect on the wrestling god.
Why?
Yeah,
What'd the ref do?
I will give JBL respect when he apologizes to Joey Styles.
Well, then again, Joey Styles did knock him out,
Yeah.
Good.
and Steve Blackman almost killed JBL.
Dude, Steve Blackman's not even a real person, dude.
To be fair, Steve Blackman's
Yeah,
nearly
he's a
killed
mythical legend.
He's a mythical legend.
If you say Steve Blackman 3 times in the mirror, he hits you with a kendo stick.
Steve Blackman is a mythic rare out of a magic pack that you pull.
Yo.
Dude,
I love that reference. Thank you, Kaza.
No
Yes.
problem.
I love the comment on that. It's like, why the fuck would you try to bully Steve Blackman?
You don't.
because he
Why
has
would-
terminal charisma.
Why would JBL try to bully half the people he bullies?
Because
he's a wrestling god.
Oh,
No.
hold it. Ooh.
Ooh, that was a little deep.
That was a little risky.
Not just risky. I mean, it looks like those feet had some push on his back. That's not good.
Yeah, it kind of reminds me of how you would do a hesitation drop kick.
Damn, his body slowly turning into Brock Lesnar's face.
Nah. Kenny Omega has K groove, so he's building up rage.
Oh yeah.
Well, that's pretty dangerous from a guy who's dressed like a cybernetic Kratos.
That was
Oh,
good.
that's so wrong.
That was good.
No, Megadono Yamete!
Wait. Oh, look at those elbows to the forearm.
Where's that background noise coming from?
Hey, Corey, you got a lot of background noise going on. Can you mute or yeah. Thanks.
Ooh. Uh-oh. Buckshot?
Oh, kick.
No,
Yeah.
stage shot.
Again, has a punch been thrown?
No, I don't think.
Oh, V trigger.
Anti-air?
Yeah, it was an anti-air.
Yeah.
This isn't exactly a double jump counter. I mean, where's the negative points? Come on, man.
You better watch out before Adam Page wave dashes back at him.
I'd be
Well,
more impressed if he tagged in Howmaru and Jubei.
No. Is he going to start throwing
Oh,
chains like
whoa,
Axel?
whoa, whoa, whoa,
Canadian Destroyer?
Oh.
Woo!
Is this it?
That was close. That was really close.
Uh,
Oh, no.
No.
man.
Good use of the interruption by Kenny Omega.
Oh!
Oh, dude.
God.
Oh.
That was so good.
That
Right on the EVA foam, dude.
That was all gravity.
Oh.
Oh, no. Oh,
Man, Omega's throwing his head back kind of deep on these power bombs. He's got to be careful.
He doesn't want to be like
That's the one thing
Sting.
about Kenny that I've noticed in his matches. It's either full bore or fucking nothing.
Oh, dude, he's not tucking his chin.
Oh man, that's the man that gravity did not forget, man.
Oh, dude.
Oh, Pac is back, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's been back.
Well, he shot a video from Europe, so he hasn't appeared in America yet. But yeah, he back.
He's really got to tuck that chin.
Concussion test like right after that.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Oh,
dude, yeah.
Now he's
that's
got a
what-
heel to the back of the head as well. Jeez, man.
That's what Kenny gets for trying to take his shoes.
He's going to answer to the name Kenny Beta if he's not careful.
two things we haven't seen: a punch and we haven't seen a super kick.
There's a
he
punch.
He punched him in the gut.
Okay, there's a punch.
Like how many minutes into the match do we get a punch?
Let's see. What time is it? It's 5:22, so approximately 20 minutes in, we saw a dick punch.
yeah.
Gee, guys, wish he's getting some good old sluggers right there.
Yeah.
Hey, classic wrestling, right?
Wrestling.
Now you see that this here is what we like to call professional wrestling.
Some good old-fashioned wrestling.
This is what we call a slobber knocker.
Yes.
Or a Lollapalooza.
Just an example of my
Shut
current
up, James.
mindset. They show these wide shots around the ring, and 90%
Only
of the
you and
people
I will
ringside
get
have
that.
no mask. And it freaks me out.
No, really. Lollapalooza. That's a
Really? I thought that was just the
They did
answer
no,
for
they did a,
Jackbox.
they called it. Well, they did Lollapalooza in like WCW, and it was because of what?
Ooh.
Because of one Death the Road, baby.
Uh,
Oh.
it's a pile driver Tiger suplex.
My neck.
Combination.
They are literally giving each other like they are selling like $1 million for one another. Holy shit.
Ooh.
If that wasn't his head on the canvas, it was damn close. These people are really risking their futures.
That's a move Vince won't allow. V
You
trigger.
just saw why.
Oh crap!
Flip. Yeah, I called it.
Oh,
Punch. Didn't call that.
That was a discus
Oh!
elbow.
Do it again. Groundhog's Day.
Oh,
Oh.
shit.
Connected with the discus elbow.
Both of them are
snap! Oh no!
Oh,
Oh. Close
also
up
a
from
regular
hell.
lariat.
Hey, gee, he used
Get him! Get him!
his
Get him!
Dude,
Oh,
He used Deadeye. That's his old.
he did. My old.
I love you so much. Can we just fall asleep here?
Fight forever, please.
Damn, they're both like me on a Sunday night, just red faced.
God, look at that cell. The Nathan Sawyer Discord.
Oh, he removing it people's elbow style.
That's a times 1.5 modifier.
Yeah,
No.
oh,
but he rolled
No.
0 on execution.
no! No! Oh crap!
Oh,
If that was a finish, I wouldn't be mad.
Right?
Yeah, that would have worked as a finish.
yeah.
But I want Kenny to win, so.
Wow, he looks like he's drowning in air. Breathe.
The more this match goes on, the more Adam Page looks like a certain individual.
What, you think he needs just one more match?
Oh,
No, not Christian
trigger.
per se. Oh,
oh, now he's got to do a running feature. Oh shit! Whoa!
oh, oh.
This is not fair. Kenny Omega used at least 4 bars of super, and the max is 3.
I think he's getting ready to go for 5 here.
He's using an action replay.
oh,
Genji.
Oh.
No, stop touching me! Stop touching me!
oh,
He did not
Brian
get off.
Pillman's
over.
not getting out of this.
Oh, dang.
If it
Oh,
wasn't for his long hair, he could have avoided that counter.
he's gonna
Rematch
fix the
between
champ.
Moxley and Omega.
That's almost ironic because I've often argued that Omega should have been the first champion in this company.
Well,
I disagree. It should have been Page.
it should have been Adam Page.
We haven't seen that
But
just
no,
in a
but
while
here's
where
the
you
thing.
pretend you have a belt.
No, here's
And you
the
do that
thing.
motion.
Yeah, that's the thing. If Adam Page would have won the world title, it would have no prestige whatsoever.
It's
Put
not
it
a matter
on-
of prestige. It's just I think that having a face is not a good first champion for a new company. You need to have something for people your faces to chase and fight against. Which is why I thought that Omega, being a relative unknown when it came to a lot of the U.S. wrestling population, should have been first. Would have been a chance to establish him as like a very big heel and a very big force going forward.
Jesus, Kenny
And
Omega's
something
starting-
for Page to chase.
Yeah, and Omega's starting to look like the Grimace now.
What, Brock's here? Okay, everything we just did, meet me in my dressing room. We'll do it for real.
That match was good.
It was a good
That
match.
was a
It
good
is.
Kurt Turker.
It's like, why is it first like Jey Uso versus Reigns? It's like, think he's sad.
Hangman
all right.
Page, sleepy.
It's all right. You can go back to the bar. Maybe you can find a decent tag partner named James Storm.
Or they'll put him in a blister pack and sell him for $7.99.
I'm hoping that he goes back to the bar and he trashes it.
Oh.
Okay, whoa, dude, this is starting to touch off my dyslexia. What the hell's going on?
They're doing an AEW
games
game.
this summer.
Games.
It's probably something to announce the game that's actually going to finally come out.
Okay, I'm about to have a
I was
seizure.
hoping this would be Ninja Warrior, but with wrestlers.
God,
we don't know what it is yet.
No, it's gonna be a gotcha game like Genshin Impact.
Oh, dude.
I don't know why they did. I don't know why they do an announcement on November 10th when everybody's going to be practicing their clicks to try to get the next generation gaming consoles 2 days later.
Forget also this Tuesday, in fact, the 10th. If you want to be a Viking, comes out.
Oh, John Silver, the future of wrestling.
I love Long John Silver's.
Yeah, and I mean that seriously. He is a future star.
He is. He's really good.
He's funny as hell, and he's like strong as an ox.
So
I didn't know El Hijo de Fantasma's here.
Oh, he's
Hey, look at those
very,
biceps.
very tiny person.
Yes.
I went to the Scott Steiner School of Bodybuilding. Oh, easy there.
He's like a little ball of fire, he is.
He's so fucking funny. You guys should see him on Shot of Brandy.
Oh, yeah.
Which is like Brandy's cooking show that they have on All Elite Wrestling. It's great. He's
World Star.
Hilarious.
If AEW was a gotcha game, so your bronze unit is Orange Cassidy, but your platinum unit is Orange Cassidy ... that tries.
Yeah.
Really like how all his graphics are hand drawn. That's pretty
Because
cute.
he doesn't care. Oh, when did Orange get his own theme?
A while ago.
When he faced Jericho in the Mimosa Mayhem.
Yeah, I think.
Mimosa Mayhem.
I love the Mimosa match.
When they mentioned New Japan and AEW might work together, somebody said they should have a match of Orange versus Naito to see who can be the most nonchalant.
Oh, that goes to Naito.
Like, who gives the less shit?
Yeah.
I'll give that to Naito.
What's in Cassidy's back pocket?
His elbow pad.
God, do you guys realize that if Fanime happened, there would be so many Orange Cassidy cosplayers?
Yeah.
It'd be next year when it probably happens. There's going to be a bunch of Orange
That's called
Cassidy.
dressing
I
up
would
as a
probably
hype
be
beast.
one of them.
You have more faith than I
totally-
do. I am convinced that everything through June is not going to happen.
I'm totally going to be cosplaying Orange Cassidy at a convention.
You should cosplay John Silver, dude. Just come in with purple tights.
I could not pull off John Silver.
Last time I did that in a
attitude.
public place, I got cited for public indecency.
I fucking love Johnny. He's so fun.
Okay, I need you to back up. I can smell your beard from here.
No, you do.
Yep, there we go.
I was almost expecting him to yell, "Touch my dick."
Oh, the ref was checking it out.
No king shaming here. Oh.
Whoa.
Damn, his eyebrow game pretty good.
Orange Cassidy's fucking pockets fighting style is just too perfect.
I love it.
It's so anime.
Oh, the most devastating
John
thing in the
just
world.
shouting. John just shouting it doesn't hurt is great.
Oh.
Orange Cassidy, the only guy to do a suicide dive with his hands in his pockets.
Mind games.
Also, the only guy who fell asleep during a sleeper hold.
Oh.
Oh.
Boo. Boo.
He should be disqualified right then and
Are you
there.
ripping off the
Oh, what
pocket?
the hell?
He's pulling his pockets off.
What a heel!
Oh, man.
Wow, John.
Dude,
Okay,
you
if you want
countered
me-
something.
If you want me to use my full power and all 2
Oh.
of my fingers, that's fine.
Remember Johnny Hungy?
Johnny Hungy.
No, you just messed up. You just made Mr. Unchained more powerful.
Yeah, you made Piccolo drop his weighted cloak, dude.
Yeah. It's like pulling the Ahoge off a saber.
Wait. What if he puts his hands in his back pocket?
Then he looks like he's touching his
that's a forbidden
ass.
technique.
What if he puts
And
his
that also
hands in
means
his
that
pants?
John, to try to get his hands out of there, would have to put his hands all over Cassidy's ass.
Exactly.
I
Whoa.
would be surprised if John Silver practices nonstop Nut November.
Why do you think
Really?
he's so jacked?
Hey, man.
He's
It does explain why
He's
those legs are so
bone-handed.
skinny.
Don't forget, the theme song of Nonstop November is Rub One Out by Wham.
you have to listen to it every day.
Dude, for just a tiny man.
I will say that John Silver's Tommaso Ciampa cosplay is pretty good.
Oh yeah. He's just missing Goldie.
And about a half a foot.
Wow, there are people cheering for Silver.
Well, it's Florida, so don't account for taste.
Oh. Oh.
Too strong.
Oh. Okay, that's impressive. That was impressive.
Hey, it works because he has a lower center of gravity.
I'm pretty sure I could look John Silver dead in the eye.
I think it was also that beard. The extra friction slowed Cassidy down so he couldn't
Yeah.
get over.
He's got a lower center of everything.
Hey
Man,
guys,
thanks,
there's a,
Regal.
there's a full gear sale.
Yay.
What's the code, G?
It's Full Gear.
Oh shit!
Tommaso Ciampa beard and Elias smile. He's got everything. Minus
And
a foot and a
Stone
half.
Cold's hair.
And Val Venus's trunks.
Hello.
And Xbox boots. Put your mask on.
Distance, people. Social distance.
That's the only disadvantage to Cassidy's almost comical wrestling style is that every time he sells, he keeps dropping his arms. Very used to having those hands in those pockets.
Oof. I think ripping out Orange Cassidy's pockets is like cutting Samson's hair.
How so?
He's just ever since that moment he hasn't gotten anything in.
Oh, we had an end over. Thank goodness. As somebody not used to AEW and hearing so much about Silver, I was kind of getting bored with the constant whipping. I know how that sounded. Shut up.
Nonstop, not November.
I wasn't gonna say anything, but
And
What
for
the heck is
real.
There
Big-
it is.
The crowd.
Wow, okay. Andy decided to twist the turntable like
the
a
real
good old-fashioned
question is who's
Grandmaster Flash.
shouting like Lita Ford out in the crowd? That's what I want to know.
Sorry, that was me.
Where's Cassidy going? What's he got? What you got?
Oh, is Cassidy getting serious all of a sudden?
I think he has been serious.
climbing the turnbuckles, but he's spending a little time to party.
Oh, he going for the. Oh, damn, no.
Oh,
Never mind.
He tried to roll the film, and he was cut. Oh, bye-bye.
sir, you were too small to do that on Brett's rope, the most dangerous rope.
Okay.
Right.
Nope, still not going to get it.
Oh,
One-handed. With a post-up, but one-handed.
he eats him.
Oh! Oh!
Into a Hurricane Rana.
Love it.
Oh, Michinoku!
Nope.
Thank you.
Hello.
Thank you,
Hello.
Magical Senpai, for the sub.
Yeah, thank you, Magical Senpai, for the sub.
Very
He's
welcome.
in the room. Tell him thank you.
Thank you.
I'm here. Yeah, no, I heard. All good.
Thank you. Thank you.
Magical Senpai's right
Well,
here in the room.
well, thank you again.
Well, thank you, CWF.
No,
For,
no, thank you.
Okay, are we done with this San Francisco treat here?
Oh, is that my ring name now? San Francisco.
I was going to use something a little more vulgar, but I try to censor myself when I'm talking to people.
Oh,
So are you saying you want to join the Dark Order?
I'm the only black person in this room. I am the Dark Order.
Oh.
You done goofed.
Done goofed. Uh-oh.
Oh,
Your mistake was letting me live.
Backslide.
kick.
oh,
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 the infamous yes kicks.
Inside out. Honor.
wow, wow, that was an impressive counter.
Oh, every time he does it, man. Every time.
Ooh.
Well, nothing will stop you like a clean boot to the face.
Yeah.
Going back for that spin out bomb.
Oh, he did like a double rotation version of
dude, Cassidy
Sorry.
can just make that stun dog come out of anywhere.
Yeah, that's the reason why I love his stun dog over everyone else's stun
Over
dog.
like Mark Andrews.
Yeah, absolutely. It
Because
just it feels like an RKO. It just happens.
Yeah, Mark Andrews only has one or two setups.
it made him do a 360 in the air.
Man, did you ever see in Lucha Underground the pizza DDT?
The what
No.
DDT?
The pizza DDT. Well, that's what I can't find a clip of it. I'll talk about it later.
Yeah. Assuming he
It's
gets
the
tossed
discus
like a
punch.
pizza.
Orange punch!
Orange punch. Yeah.
Ah!
Shockingly quick finish.
Solid
Hell yeah.
match.
So the pizza DDT it's a double T move where you toss your partner in the air and spin him like a pizza, and then he grabs the other guy and DDTs him.
Jeez.
Oh, I thought it was when you DDT him onto a box of pizza. Because remember that happened.
Here.
Ooh, a pizza would be really good.
Oh, I just made my family a sweet and sour pizza yesterday.
Nice. Chinese sweet and sour?
Yeah, I found a recipe online that involved grilled chicken, red onions, cheddar and Monterey Jack mix, and sweet and sour sauce.
Damn.
Yeah, it sounds kind of sexy.
My birthday, I had Indian pizza.
Nice.
Is it like curry pizza or like
Yeah,
chicken
it's
tikka masala
pizza with like Indian spices and curry.
Yeah.
I have a question. Who is that? Is that Sac Ryder? No, who? No, right? Or
No, that's Orange Cassidy.
That's Orange
no,
Cassidy.
but the one that's by him with the hat. Sorry, I
that's
haven't-
Trent.
Ned Trent. And Chuck Taylor.
Oh,
Trent Taylor,
best
the
friend.
Best friends.
And they get
I was getting confused with the beard. I don't know why. I'm sorry.
Matt is independent and has only shown up in AEW like once.
It was
This
very
is the
nice of
last
Trent to
pay-per-view.
cover up Orange Cassidy's nipples for that photo op. That was very sweet.
You have to make it Twitch friendly.
Yep.
Yeah, dude, you gotta make it Twitch friendly.
Yeah, we call them pepperoni.
Well, if you want to make it
slices.
Twitch friendly, they need to turn off all the music, like right now.
Hey, that is way too much purple, Cody. You can't look like my Final Fantasy character.
That's
Your
look
Final
like it-
Fantasy character's full of purple?
He looks like
Final-
he
Yeah,
he looks like he stepped out of Yakuza.
I thought he was doing the Joker reshoots for the Snyder Cut.
Yeah. It looks like he stepped out of Yakuza.
Oh,
All right,
that's
guys,
fair.
what's the over and under on Cody's entrance on time? 2 minutes?
5. I say 5.
Okay.
So 5.5.
It's really weird that we're doing this and not doing the tag match first.
There's a tag match? Right, the tag title match. Yeah.
The tag title match, because we've done 2 singles matches.
Well, the tag team title match is a dream
They
match.
could have put the women's title.
Yeah, I gotta agree with Jericho on that. The tag team title match has kind of a marquee setup with the Young Bucks going up against FTR.
That's true. That is true.
Well, then they could have used this for the women's title match.
Yeah.
Isn't that the kid that says I like turtles like 10 years ago?
They actually made fun of him on the show.
No, you legitimately ruined Darby Allin for me now. Oh my god.
You haven't ruined Darby Allin for me, but nice work you tried.
I mean, Ricky Starks already did that. Remember,
They
Ricky
go through
Starks?
like the young photos. I'm like, that's the kid. That's I like
no,
turtles.
Dude, you are so awful because now all I'm gonna hear every time he speaks is I like titles.
No, bro, Ricky Starks already said that. Ricky Starks came out with the makeup and he said, I like turtles.
Oh.
Yeah, I know. I remember that promo.
Yeah, so it's already been ruined.
Man, we're gonna say it again.
That's awful. You dress somebody up as Cody Rhodes just to run him over with your car?
Don't worry, it's Steve-O. It's perfectly
He found him on Craigslist. Hey, I'll pay you $5 if you take this bump where I hit you with a car.
Oh my god.
Wait, Tony Hawk. Steve-O.
Steve-O. It's Cleano. Dude, he's taken to sobriety like he's taken to drugs. Like, Jesus. He got super clean, super
I could use a better allegory than that. That sounds kind of terrifying.
No, I mean, legitimately.
No, it's literally, yeah.
When Steve-O was on drugs, he was full bore complete.
I see that there is another person named Ugg in the chat, so feel free to talk with us. I feel bad because you've been muted, so.
He may just be sitting there listening. That's their
okay,
business.
that's fine too.
Not everybody has to talk. I mean, you can just watch the show.
That's true.
Oh my god, a 1993 Mazda. Right there.
Yeah, I'm here. I'm just watching. So I'm just...
Isn't this
Okay,
a car
good.
that was in all the promos leading up to this?
Yes.
Yeah,
I
the
just don't
dude
wanna
driving
leave anyone out.
the dude driving the car was the dude that got run over.
I think we really need to talk about your respect for private property, sir.
It's his car. He can do whatever the fuck he wants with it.
Like I said, he's
Don't need to
from
respect
Seattle,
it.
so you get used to it.
I hope it has a non-functional registration.
It's okay, it makes it vintage. Alright, when Cody makes his entrance, I'm gonna grab a drink, 'cause that's a good 5 minutes right there.
I like titles.
Wait, did he grow a tree? What the fuck?
Yeah, he's got trees on him now.
We are
he's,
Groot.
he's having Sting's entrance in WWE printed on his chest, panel by panel.
Yeah. He's becoming a black metal album.
Oh no, he's literally trying to become Spokane.
Alright,
well, I'm
back.
sorry.
Have fun with this entrance.
Oh, let's see what he does now.
It's okay. He's trying to be Triple H.
It looks like he's trying to turn to the Dark Phoenix.
He already did that.
So when do we attack Winterfell? You have been let out of Facebook jail.
Oh,
Yeah.
Cody.
Yeah,
So
so
why does Cody Rhodes get the Metallica entrance while Darby Allin has to settle for beating up his own Miata?
Cody wouldn't have, or not Cody, Darby wouldn't have pyro anyway.
What the?
Alright, I'm back. Why is there like 10 people out?
Because
I'm
it's
not
the
entirely
Nightmare
sure.
Family. They're like a faction, but
Yeah.
not actually a faction.
This makes Darby look like the underdog. Just
It doesn't make him look like the underdog. It makes him look like the Barry Horowitz.
Oh, no, you shut up. No.
Cody's like, I have
It's
friends.
because Cody's going to lose.
Wait, who took the title off Brody Lee?
Cody did.
Cody.
Okay.
Cody came back and beat him in a dog collar match. Because the only reason why he gave it to Brody is because he had to go film a TV show for a while.
That's also one of the awkward things I find about AEW when I run it through my head. All their champions are WWE guys.
Something,
Cody Rhodes.
Whoa.
Can we all agree that like his neck tattoo is probably the worst thing ever?
I can finally be called Cody Rhodes. Yeah.
Man, if we ever get together for karaoke, we just got to do a wrestling theme night. And of course, somebody is going to do yeah!
Oh yeah, it's gonna be me. It's gonna be me.
Meanwhile, you guys are going to stick me with every goddamn instrumental on the damn list.
Don't worry, man. We'll give you Keith Lee's theme.
Oh, you're being racist. Shut up.
Why? Do you want to sing Billy and Chuck's song then? You love.
At least I get a vocal track.
I'll get American Males. American Males.
Really?
I like you guys pick. He'll just give me the Ultimate Warriors theme over and over.
Yep.
He has his name back.
He is officially Cody Rhodes now.
Yep.
Notice I even had to add the copyright there.
You just got your name. Okay, is he going to lose the night he gets his name back?
Yeah, absolutely. That is the Rhodes way.
Yeah, dude. It's the match is for the Rhodes name. So if Darby Allin wins, it'll be Darby Rhodes.
Darby Rhodes.
Darby Rhodes sounds like it should be the title of the latest grunge band.
Darby Rhodes, take me home.
I just want to tell you I love you. Thank you. Here's our corporate branding. Thank you for your time.
Dude, the TNT just makes it look tacky.
I think the thing that makes it look tacky isn't the TNT. It's the fact that there's nothing behind or around the TNT.
Yeah, that mirror plate is just kind of obnoxious. Somehow they made the 24/7 belt in WWE look nuanced.
I love the 24/7 belt design. And why does Arn Anderson look like a character from The Sopranos?
See, I'm not the only one.
It's the hair.
And the tracksuit.
It's the dad bod, the tracksuit,
the granddad bod. It's not a dad bod anymore. It's a granddad bod.
I'm not staring at Arn Anderson's bod.
Go to the senior PGA tour.
I'm sorry. These two looking at each other, all I can imagine is Cody saying, "Do you know what you are?" Yeah, I'm you 15 years younger.
There's so much history between these two.
I like titles.
In such a short time.
What do you think about Darby's half shorts, half leggings combo?
I like it. It's
like,
different.
It reminds me of a goth chick I had a crush. It reminds me of a goth chick I had a crush on in high school.
So you have a crush on Darby?
She grew up to be Darby.
No, Darby is more my wife's speed than mine.
Is Darby your big titty goth girlfriend?
Well, obviously not. He's only an A cup at best.
So the goth IHOP waiter. It's okay.
That's closer.
Dude, it's your crush and they give you freaking unlimited pancakes? Fuck yeah.
But you do not want to know where the Marionberry syrup comes from.
Ooh.
I can get up on my own. I still like titles.
Darby Allin is just
remember the turtle
just
kid?
like an
Him all grown up. You old now?
Oh man, did you see that unmotivated cartwheel by Cody?
Who is slurping something? Somebody really likes their Dr. Pepper. Now we all know it.
Oh man, are we gonna see some American chain wrestling?
I don't know. I thought for a second we were just going to see a whole bunch of headlocks.
Ooh!
Some American male chain wrestling.
Well, we just saw some locker room play.
Let's see some long distance suplexing.
Oh,
Man, this was a feud since CEO.
Yeah,
since
CEO
all the
last
way back
year.
at Fighter Fest. That's the reason why this is still going.
Hard, get away from the ring.
And stop touching me, goddammit. And stop acting like you're Bill Belichick. Just talk to me. Jesus Christ.
If you cut yourself, you're gonna bleed gravy. Now get out of here.
Look, Cody, I downloaded Darby Allin's character sheet online. Here's all his stats.
Okay, Cody, I suggest a 38 button fly pass. Wrong sport,
that was
Arn.
his IHOP menu.
You know, as much as people shit on IHOP, I don't mind eating there. I prefer it to Denny's.
No,
I
he's
cheese,
just like,
but I'll eat
oh
there.
yeah,
What the
it's
fuck?
better than Denny's. Anything's better than Denny's.
That is kind of a low bar to clear, though.
yeah.
Though my favorite of the
You don't go to Denny's, you end up at
Oh
Denny's.
yeah.
I forgot. What do we call it? Sac Anime, the Denny's of conventions.
yeah, Sac Anime is the Denny's of conventions.
It's like you don't look forward to it, but it's there, so you go.
Oh!
Oh, see, I would have said that about Anime Week in Atlanta if their online app wasn't trash and if the hotel that they were in provided free Wi-Fi.
That was the absolute longest I've ever seen anybody go for a single suicide dive.
Well, one of the reasons why is Sac Anime and their brand is they pretty much almost had a con every month or something.
Oh.
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 Oh, fuck.
Ooh.
Oh, come on.
Man, Cody F your back roads right there.
Darby pretty much was like, yeah, I can take that spot, no problem.
It's like,
Chiropractors entered the chat.
This is usually the moment where you realize that you made a mistake in agreeing to the choreography.
It looked cool in my head.
It's like, wow, Darby's really selling it. It's like, yeah selling it.
Yeah, selling.
He's selling it so well, there's an extra bend in his arm. That's amazing.
Oh.
Why?
Come on.
I bet Cody Rhodes never thought he'd be in a David and Goliath match where he's Goliath.
He's been in several of them. With this person.
At least Cody's not breaking his toe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That happened before?
The Cody is conflicted over finding small young men.
No, he's not.
No, he's beaten the brakes off of him several times.
If he's beaten him so badly, why did he need an 8-person entourage to build him up for this nonsense?
The power of friendship.
I didn't ask for the Disney version. I'm trying to get to the reality here.
The reality is he's not winning. And I'm going to keep saying it until he wins. And then I'll be like, well, that was a bad decision.
Okay, well, let's just see what happens, because this is starting to feel like I totally won the election 2 days ago.
Well, I mean, the reality is,
the problem the problem is Darby has challenged twice now for the AEW championship and has lost both those accounts. If he loses this account, they basically discredit this wrestler. So he should win this match.
Oh, yeah.
Were those AEW title shots versus Cody Rhodes both times?
John Moxley.
No, he did John and he did Jericho.
Okay.
Which he kind of had a very competitive match with Moxley.
He did. John eked a win out and then said, you guys need to watch out for this kid. He's the future of the company. And the promo between Darby and Cody for the build-up for this match is, you never want to be called the future of the company, is what Cody is saying, because then you're stuck like that. Year one's over. We're in year 2 now. So I would like to see Darby win a title because he deserves it. He's fucking proved his ass.
That's funny when you say you didn't want the Disney version. The reality is, Cody is the Disney prince.
That's true. Oh, that's so fucking true. Jesus Christ.
Ugly ass neck
He
tattoo.
seems more like his
God, I hate
Maleficent
it
at this
so
point.
much. If he tries to laser that thing off, it's gonna hurt like a son of a bitch.
Well, now you know why all of his shirts are so high-collared.
Oh,
Rings of
Yeah,
Saturn.
he has good
It's been a
wrist
while.
control. Good wrist control.
Phrasing. See, now you mentioned his wrist control, and I noticed that Darby Allin's wrist is between his nuts, so I'm uncomfortable.
Hey, non-stop November, man.
that's a very light touch.
Hey, hey!
Ooh,
hey, that's
somebody's
gimmick
stealing Scott
infringement.
Steiner's shtick now. Come on,
That's
dude.
gimmick infringement, sir. You have to go to certain Shoney's in Georgia to talk about that.
Wait, didn't that close?
No, you have to
Didn't that
talk to
close
the
down?
waiter there. That's his stuff.
I don't know if that Shoney's is closed or not yet.
I think
but
it might have
again-
closed.
Again, reading the reviews for it is amazing.
Oh,
It's either the best Shoney's or an absolute shithole.
Much like the rating of Scott Steiner's matches.
No. All
Goddamn.
of Scott Steiner's matches are bad. His promos are great.
No, it wasn't a shoulder breaker. That was an avalanche power slam, if anything. With a half Nelson. Really need to come up with a better name for that. That's a lot.
You have till 5.
Yeah, he's definitely trying to make sure Darby Allin never plays the violin again. Ooh,
Did they say there was
moonsault.
a
It's a
time
classic
limit for this match?
mistake. No. Welcome to the Charlotte Flair School of Moonsault.
He didn't break a boob.
Broke everything else. Technically, he might have broken a boob. I mean, we are gender fluid.
oh,
Paintbrushing him. Modified Canadian Destroyer. We saw it.
Nope, I'm not. Nope, I want.
He wants a full Canadian
I want a
destroyer,
He
full-
wants
baby.
a full-on Canadian.
I want a Bob Backlund approved Canadian destroyer. Right?
Man, he is not happy unless his destroyers are maple dripped.
I mean, this is good, but it ain't no.
That was
Canadian
a fluid
destroyer.
transition.
It is not a true Canadian Destroyer unless I can hunt moose from my car.
Again, it's got to be part of the Bob Backlund approved system.
Yeah.
Sponsored
I've
by
rated
Tim Hortons.
5 watch-alongs for a Canadian destroyer to be called on stream.
Well, you have a perfect record.
Oh,
oh,
Did we just lose a turnbuckle? Or no, turnbuckle Pat. Ooh.
oh, that was a spot. Okay.
Yeah, he hit it with his pit. One of us isn't leaving until we get shoulder nerve damage.
It's a shoulder for a shoulder match.
It does feel like Cody Rhodes is being managed by Big Pussy Bumpin' Sarah. He's trying to bite his tattoos off.
Cody hungry.
like I said, that's not his character, not his personality.
Bullshit.
Yeah, good way to call out the work in the middle of the stream, you idiot. Okay, this is getting complicated.
Oh, this is getting.
Jesus.
Yo! Yo, holy shit. That was awesome.
Oh, I'm sorry. I got to 2.5 before I realized his arm was under the rope where you put it. Sorry. Yeah, I just remembered the rule right now. Why?
Rules. Thank
I
you,
didn't know
ref.
So that's a rule.
Yeah, you
that's
get up in
that's
somebody
actually
when a
always
body
been a
part
rule.
is under a rope.
Yeah, that's always been a rule.
But like I said, the ref decided to look at it, then start counting. Then he just went, "Oh, right." You don't want to try a pin again? You just want to go back for this thing that you already failed at? Give me a ride around the ring, Dad! Give me a ride! Oh my god, he's actually going to do it.
Fall back. Yeah, don't give him any ideas, Tony.
When did Tony Schiavone turn into the Captain Obvious of commentary?
Oh, well, when he was working at Starbucks and then decided to come back to wrestling.
Yep, when he was a Starbucks barista.
I mean, I'm not trying to be biased because he has long-term been one of my least favorite commentary people in all pro wrestling for a while.
Thank you.
But
Somebody else that agrees with me.
I don't really like Tony either.
But I mean, ever since he came back, it's like he's trying to be the superstar commentator, even though he has never bothered to change his game since 1994.
At least he's better than Michael Cole.
At this point, I find that arguable. But, you know, Schiavone really sealed it that night he decided to call out Mick Foley for winning the championship. All you had to do was not be a dick.
Puts in seats. It did. That's what won the war.
Well, I think it turned the war in WWE's favor. I think the night the war ended was when the Radicals showed up on Raw.
Mm.
You know, when one guy wins your world championship, then the next night he starts over with another company. That's it. You're done. Okay, somebody forgot to add more moves to Cody Rhodes and create a wrestler. Use a word, Schiavone. One word. Any word.
Strength, he weighs 110 pounds soaking wet.
He does.
So he weighs as much as my bench press?
Now the weight belt comes into play.
Come on, ref. That's a foreign object. That should be obvious as hell.
Oh.
Sweep!
Come on, win. Oh.
No, you can't win on that moment. You gotta put in a move.
That would have been hilarious.
Would have been a waste, though, because then there's always the question of would you have won if it wasn't for that belt? Intercepted the disaster kick.
Oh, God. Oh.
I almost thought that was sloppy, but I remembered he's trying to sell that arm. Was it?
Yeah.
Coffin drop? Oh. I could have won.
Goes.
I know that face.
The turtle got away.
Should just rename that move the Turtle Shell.
The half shell drop.
Imagine he pulls out a turtle shell from under the ring. It does the coffin drop with that.
Ooh.
Oh.
That was the finish?
Yes.
Let me just. Sorry, I have to.
Oh, I see that porn tab and like
Yes.
are we about to witness a murder on stream?
No, the real
But it
Roman
wouldn't be the
Reigns,
first
Taylor
time. I mean, we've
Swift.
seen several murders by now.
how many
Oh, yeah.
defenses is Darby
Hell
going
in
to
a
put in
Cell.
before he loses the title?
Top
That's the
record for
thing.
murder. I was like, what the fuck, bro?
So
Not
what the fuck?
disappointed in the win, but the finish was a little bit lackluster.
No,
Yeah.
the edibles are hitting Darby right now.
Yeah. I think Darby's the one most surprised out of all. It's like, wait, I won?
With that?
It's like, what the fuck happened?
Give me, I like titles.
He reaches out, give me my turtle.
Please don't hit me again, Dad.
And Cody's all, it's Goofy time.
We'll be back in a bit.
God damn, he does.
Shut up, Tony.
Yeah, I said it first, Tony. Fuck you.
One of the T's in TNT stands for turtle.
You can't take this away from me, Jericho. You'll never be able to.
Oh, dude.
So, okay, I
Smart,
missed
you
the
go
match, but
super
what did you
hard.
guys think of it?
It was. I thought it was good.
It was a match. Was it so far out of the 3 matches? It's the weakest.
Yeah. It was a good match, but the ending could have been better.
I feel like the ending could have been a little bit better, but I knew this was going to happen afterwards. That's the other thing.
Huh?
Oh,
He said, Oompa Loomp. No.
God, I hate that phrase.
Oh, God damn it.
Hi, Brian.
Oh no!
And there's Ricky.
Oh no, Grandpa fell.
Shh, he's just sleeping.
Weak-looking spear.
Ricky, you shouldn't wear that necklace. You might cut your ear.
Whoa.
He looks like 90s
Oh,
rock, but on a diet.
Tension! Smell this!
Smash him on the car.
He's already dead.
There we go. All right.
Hey, Anthony.
Hey.
Yeah! Unlikely Alliance.
Nah, they've been a tag team before.
Oh, they're killing this kid.
Oh my god.
No,
That
not
was-
through the piece of paper.
Not through the set piece.
Not through the set piece that he gently nestled in there.
Oh, look at him. He's all snuggled up. He just needs a blanket.
Somewhere an intern is just sad because he spent hours on them.
Now we're going to the car.
Again, he's dead. Leave him alone.
Come on, Steve-O, show up.
Tony Hawk to come in.
Oh!
There we go. There's Will.
Oh, there's Will. Oh, shit.
Oh!
Fuck
If
yeah.
he hits the door and it closes, and Dory's like, what the fuck?
Yeah, if he just like ran into the door and it closed on his arm anyway.
I want Will to beat the shit out of Brian Cage.
Let's take it a step further. I want Will to beat the shit out of Brian Cage and then beat the shit out of Taz.
Oh yeah, that'd be great.
He's like, oh, they ruined my car. Oh wait, that's my board. I did this.
That would have been funny. Like,
No,
later
this
at the
season,
hospital.
That would be a typical Saturday night in Seattle.
I would like just a small subversion in these backstage segments. Like, how did you feel backstage when that heel faction respectably approached you and attacked you up front when you were ready?
Don't bring logic into this.
Oh. Oh shit, Goldust is mad.
Dude, he couldn't last 10 minutes in the bunk with Dustin, dude.
The bunkhouse match.
Winner gets the top bunk. Dude, if Dustin Rhodes and Darby Allin headbutt each other, would they complete each other's base?
Blee. Oh, they always put on good matches. Holy shit.
And their match for the tournament was really, really good.
Why are Penta and Phoenix fighting now?
I think Ray is a little upset that he was injured during the tournament to determine the new AEW World Heavyweight Champion contender. He might be a little upset by that, so a rematch would be nice. Also, since he's coming back from a slight injury, working with somebody you really know is something that's beneficial to do.
Ooh. Your predictions for this match in terms of quality?
I know. Hard to
The
tell.
first one was really good, and the Thunder Rosa Hikaru Shida match was really good. I have high hopes for this, but it all depends on if they're just feeding Hikaru back to Nyla to give Nyla the championship, or if this is going to be like one of those matches where they're like, well, the first match was like no DQ. This match is a straight wrestling match, and it's to show that Hikaru is better than Nyla.
I don't know. She wears a Tifa cosplay, so I'm biased.
Same.
I'm biased to Hikaru because I just enjoy what she's come from, and I've been diving more into that stuff. So
I think the women's title needs a monster heel run.
it had it though.
Like a proper monster heel run, not just.
I love the fact that Nyla is just another Scorpion from Mortal Kombat.
Dude, now Rose has some bumping music. Oh, dude, she's Sub-Zero.
Oh,
nice.
Or wait.
Yeah, that's Sub-Zero.
Okay, that's Sub-Zero.
It's like Scorpion slash Sub-Zero.
Yeah, just all the other like yellow colors.
She's the alternate color.
I think she did Mortal Kombat last time. She had a unique entrance too.
Yeah,
just tight.
I wonder.
She did Orchid.
Sorry, I don't know. The headpiece reminds you of kind of Mega Man, though.
It does a little bit.
And like the yellow like tassels on her arm piece also kind of.
Oh yeah. All right, what cosplay she's coming out this time?
Oh, shinier.
I think she's still Tifa, I think. Yeah, which I'm not complaining.
Okay.
Yeah, it's sort of like Tifa.
Sort of.
Yeah.
Well, she has the back skirt, and yeah, it's still the one she wore last time. Yeah, there it is. Yeah.
It's like Tifa slash Biken from Guilty Gear.
Oh, yeah, definitely got that Biken vibe.
Mm-hmm.
Now imagine if her and Kenny Omega did like a mixed tag match that came out as Kirito and Asuna.
Wait. From Sword Art?
Yeah.
Hikaru's pissed off.
And that belt is so small. Jesus.
Wait, it might be Mega Man.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
it's
is.
Mega Man.
The thing
It's
on
Mega
their
Man.
like butt is like in retro font.
Yeah, kind of like that.
It's Mega Man.
Yeah, hell yeah, that's awesome.
So Mega Man versus Tifa, the dream matchup in the early 2000s.
Oh, it's like I'm playing Mugen.
Pretty much. Secretly, somebody who's designed his costumes is like a huge nerd.
Well, I mean, they have input to what they want to wear and what they pay homage to.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, if I was a wrestler, I'd totally just have them make me cosplays for free.
Yeah.
God, this is a wasted opportunity. Hikaru should have been Zero.
Oh,
True, but
Yo,
what do you do when you're fighting someone you don't like? Say, hey, I know we're fighting each other, but want to like match up.
I mean, that's what Bailey and Sasha Banks do.
Yeah.
Yeah, they practically basically just do that.
Yeah.
Or she just like, oh wait, now I was dressing up as Mega Man. Hey,
It's like,
please,
hey,
can you make
I
some-
hate you, but I also want to color coordinate with you. And not to be that guy, do you think Gutsman would have been a more ideal choice?
I think so. I think Gutsman would.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I think it would definitely like
better than what I would have went with, and I would have, because she's known as the native beast, Tomahawk Man.
Gutsman, let's go.
Yeah.
There we go. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, but Hikaru, since she already wears red, she would have been awesome as Zero.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Actually, it would have been cool, like if Hikaru was Zero, but Nyla instead of being Mega Man was Vile.
Oh, that would have been.
That'd be sick. I would love that.
Hey, you know which Mega Man boss like is pretty much jobber status, but was way cooler than he should have been just because of
Top
his
Man.
mood? No, Magma Dragoon.
Huh.
He was a
Yeah.
Shoto. That was his gimmick. He was a Shoto.
Don't make me ground you, young
It's
lady.
a-
Put that chair down.
Not the greatest knee in the world, but it was still good.
It was safe and it was high.
She kind of
RVD
floats when she
has
does the
entered the
knee.
chat.
Oh,
Ooh.
fuck.
I thought that was the referee for a second.
Damn it, Vicky!
The original Karen.
She's still a Karen.
Mm.
What a ringtone that would be.
Oh, come on.
Okay, I've never seen the ring used like that before.
Hornswoggle was like, "What the fuck, man? Get the fuck out of here!"
Yo, man, it's my house.
My house.
Is this your king?
Ooh, big splash. God, I love Excalibur on commentary.
Mhm. Wait, drinks, guests, and traps coming your way. Huh.
Ooh,
Ooh.
what do you think? Splash?
Splash from
My
Brett's
shooting
rope.
star press.
Oh,
Oh, a
Oh.
senton.
Mm.
Hey, Riho is over in Japan, right?
Yes, she
Riho?
struck
Yeah.
over in JP. That's the reason why it's one of the reasons why she dropped the titles, because she wanted to go home.
Ah.
She's currently wrestling in Stardom.
Oh, yeah.
And Kairi Sane
Wasn't
wanted
the
to go
belt
home too.
custom made for
Yeah.
Rio?
Kyrie wanted to go home because she got married and she wanted to spend more time with her husband. And she's also actually still employed under the WWE.
Yeah, because isn't she like representing them out there in Japan?
She's an
Like,
ambassador. She's an
ambassador, yeah.
ambassador for the WWE now. I also partially blame Nia for her wanting to retire.
Agreed.
We blame Nyla for a lot of things, but because of Nyla's
Not Nyla, Nia.
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 Don't get them confused. Nyla's actually decent.
Oh,
It's like, what did I do?
Oh no, I think Nyla would beat the shit out of Nia Jax, hands down.
Hands down. Hands fucking down. She would destroy Nia. I would pay to see that match.
you mean like a shoot match?
Oh,
just
straight up.
the shoot fight, yeah.
Because Nyla was an MMA fighter before going into wrestling. She would beat the shit out of Nia.
But Nia's the Rock. Oh, sorry, I didn't want to talk during the big move.
Nia's the what?
But Nia's got that latent Rock's cousin power.
Bullshit. Fuck that. Even The Rock is just like, I'm done with you.
Don't you know who the new head honcho of the tribe is now?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, that's right. The tribal chief.
The tribal
Emperor.
chief.
I love seeing those edits of Roman Reigns as the God Emperor of Man from 40K.
Oh, I saw that with Jey Uso. I think it's contractually obligated. If you're a heel, you have to argue with the ref and do that 3 clap thing. Like,
Yeah.
Vicky.
oh god, oh god. Nyla's I didn't think this all the way through. Oh, that's creative.
I often forget sometimes that there's an actual platform there.
Uh-oh. Guess the move, guys.
I don't know. Oh, okay. Another drop kick? Yeah.
So what's Vicky Guerrero adding to this match?
She's the heel manager for Nyla now.
And added a kendo stick shot. That was it.
As well as a sound level that can scare bats halfway across the country.
And welcome back, sir.
Thank you.
Big power bomb.
Ooh.
That was
Safe.
the kind of power bomb I wish we saw in the beginning of the show. That was amazing.
That was a
That
safe
is your
power bomb.
fucking hubris right there.
That was beautiful.
That was
Oh.
wow. Oh, she pulled that punch. Come on.
Did you see how she like flipped over like that shoulder roll had that much force?
It's called selling, sir.
Yeah, let them sell. Are we going for a second beast bomb? No, we're not.
To be fair, that takes a lot for a backdrop.
Oh, that does.
That's the kind of thing where you end up 3 feet shorter.
Backdrops are scary.
It's not that bad when both guys are both
about the same height.
Yeah,
and
both
same
wrestlers
build.
are athletic, and one person's able to lift themselves up over. In that case, she'd have deadlifted Nia Rose there.
What is she trying to do here?
Oh boy, you think she can do this?
No.
Away from Brett's rope. Oh my god!
Falcon Arrow! A top rope Falcon Arrow!
Holy crap.
What?
What?
Oh.
You see it on purpose.
that wasn't a top rope Falcon Arrow. That was a breast rope Falcon Arrow. So the most dangerous broken arrow.
That's
Oh, God damn it!
Oh, she set up for a good Johnny Gargano
Yeah, so
mutilation
G,
there.
That's a roll.
Man, typically when you do that spot as the face, you win.
Yeah, and I fell 3 feet from, and my knee hurts.
Oh, come on, ref!
She's got the wrong end of the stick.
Oh,
There you go.
That's
there you
why.
Go, ref.
Okay.
There you go, ref.
Oh.
That's,
I
there's
mean,
my man.
We can't say much. Vicky can't bump for shit. So.
No, but I mean, Nyla Rose is being the most gentle marauder I've ever seen in my life.
Hey, remember Vicky Guerrero's modified frog splash? I liked it.
Oh, wow. Is she going to suplex this?
Oh.
Ooh.
Falcon Arrow.
1, 2.
Oh, wow. She's still
But she
on.
kicked out of that one. Need to go back to the second rope if you want that to be a pin.
Oh, you got a magnet and go past Brett's rope. And go to the top.
Little communication there. What do we got? Oh.
Goddamn. 2.
That didn't look like a kick out so much as it looked like she'd have just kind of got up.
Yeah, Nyla's just
Nyla
like,
got
I'm turning over. I gotta turn off the alarm clock.
Are you sure? That looked more like if I kick out too hard, she might end up in the ceiling.
Nyla looks like she's hulking up. Like that head nod.
I don't know.
I know. Ooh.
Oh my
That was
God.
a good spot.
She's
Ooh.
She's definitely trying to change the shape of her nose.
Oh shit, she won.
Jesus. Yeah, I knew she was gonna.
They have some strange finishes in this company.
Yeah.
I thought it was a good finish.
Yeah.
they
I could use something with a little more flash. That looked like a setup to a finish.
I think the thing is I like how there's a variety of finishes because in WWE you either get finisher or surprise roll up.
Yeah, whereas like especially with this match, it was let me do a set of pins, but before the last pin, let me just repeatedly beat my knee into your face until I knock your ass out.
Because let's be fair, that's legit enough to beat somebody.
So
Yeah.
every finish is like Shayna Baszler.
I wouldn't say that in AEW because like we had a surprise roll up in the previous match. Whilst it felt a little anticlimactic for everybody, it was different. We had an explosive finish in the curtain jerker. So I would say that like each finish has been different.
Because you know how WWE puts themselves in these weird situations with matches where one person's gonna win not because of the booking, but because the other person doesn't have any moves. So, like example,
Oh, sorry. Okay, I just realized what this looked like. This looked like Mega Man just got beat by Zero. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh man,
it's
he
like-
wasn't here for that.
It was like when in WWE certain tag people are in
Shut
singles matches,
up.
they're not gonna win because they have no finisher.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
Oh, she wants to speak to her manager.
Oh.
Oh, no.
You don't slap her.
Get him, Mega Man. Get
How
him.
could
Does
she
it look
slap?
like Chavo to you?
How could she slap?
Oh,
Oh, come on.
Oh, she's dejected. She's going to eat the abuse in this relationship.
Wow.
spear her through the Titantron.
Just grab her by the ankle, swing her like a bat, and destroy the stage.
But you guys know what I'm talking about, how those weird WWE matches are set up with no finish?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
you mean
or-
like a dusty finish?
No, like how okay, let's do it like this. Rusev versus John Cena, you know Rusev's gonna lose because Rusev doesn't have a KO finish, as his only finisher was a submission move, and John Cena's not gonna tap.
Wasn't it the Russian crab at that point?
No, yeah, it was just the accolade.
What is now called Game Over.
Which is why, if you notice in WWE, if you have a wrestler who has a submission finisher, they usually pick up another finisher. That way they could put down top guys.
Yeah, because Vince does not like submission wrestlers.
Vince thinks having somebody tap makes them look weak. Which I don't like that. Because that's also sort of like bled over into how we play WWW.
That's why I play a technician that does submission finishers.
Yeah, but like every time somebody's been in a submission that I've noticed that when I've been on, not a single one of them have tapped. Like
Mine
not
has.
a player care. Oh, yours has. Okay, you're
Yeah.
you're probably the exception. Every other character that we have has been like, no, I passed out.
Michael's tapped.
And the most recent one he didn't. He passed out. I don't remember hearing him tap. He might have. I was away for a couple of months, so I might have missed one of those. But it's just like things I've taken note of.
That's why I play a manager who legitimately is like, no, you are influencers. You're not wrestlers. You do this and this, you know.
Who's the masked man?
That was Tony. Not Tony. Terry
Caliber.
No, he's one of the four horsemen.
Tully Blanchard.
Tully Blanchard.
Tully. That's what I wanted to say. Tully Blanchard. That's who that mask guy was.
Which, again, for his age, he doesn't look too bad.
No, he looks better than Scott Hall.
Yeah, and Bob Backlund looks better than anybody.
So are Young Bucks like heels in this?
No,
they're definitely the face in this scenario. But at best, in general, for this, I'd call them the anti-heroes.
There's no heel or, in my opinion, there's no heel or face in this match.
Okay.
Oh my God, they're from my neck of the woods. Oh, well, that's a roll of toilet paper used.
Where is that exactly?
Killing the business. Oh, man, that's a subtle fuck you to Jim Cornette. Also, fuck you, Jim Cornette.
Yeah, fuck Jim Cornette.
Yeah, why do you got to bother being subtle with it? Just say it.
Yeah, I mean...
Oh, no, that's subtle from the Bucks. But for me...
That's what I'm saying. Why be subtle with it? Just say it.
So, yeah!
I'm wondering how they filmed that entrance video. It's like, hey, you guys be in your underwear under a freeway underpass.
God, I remember...
They probably blend in with everybody else under that underpass.
You ever seen a grown man naked?
You like movies about gladiators?
Look at that. It's just two naked, hairy men under a freeway.
I remember when the revival...
bumping meat.
I remember when the revival were first started to show up in NXT, and I just didn't think any of them. Because I'm all, these guys look like two rednecks who got lost on their way to the hotel pool.
They did, but then they rebranded themselves as a classic wrestling team, and it's fun.
They look like they're about to call me to go bowling with them, Costin.
I mean, I may be the outlier, but I really do think that their title defense against American Alpha is like textbook tag team wrestling.
That's not an. You're not an outlier for that, man.
No,
that was
that's fact. That is
I think
legitimate
their jacket means this is a cross promotional.
Well, they look like a
Grand
Czechoslovakian
Slam.
gang in those jackets.
It's because red and blue and yellows. Raw, SmackDown, NXT, and the Gold
See,
Star.
what you do is to
AEW.
make
That's pretty
sure
cool,
you
actually.
look like Western
Represent
Spy.
other titles.
Put on Adidas.
But the Revival and American Alpha, they had amazing ring chemistry. They both had a solid moveset, on top of which all four of them are really good at in-ring character work.
Yeah, it's just a real shame that
Jordan
had the neck injury that permanently sidelined him.
Well, as well as their
it
team being broken up
maintains
4 months after they
wrestling.
got there.
Also that they broke up American Alpha because they should never have broken up American Alpha.
We're talking about the Fed that does not like tag wrestling.
I said that.
Tag wrestling doesn't draw.
Gosh.
So stupid.
Remember when? I don't know. Maybe it was just me and my limited sample scope, but I felt like at least around TV wrestling, the Revival were the ones that made the hot tag. I attacked the partner before the hot tag spot. Cool.
Okay, so let me go ahead and tell you a story. While I went to a Raw show in Denver, it was the Revival versus can't remember who they were facing, and some people behind me, they were like, "Man, the Revival fucking suck. It's just slow, boring wrestling." I whipped right the fuck around and I said, "That's why I enjoy it. Now shut up and watch the match."
Should have told him, "Say yeah, say yeah."
No flips, just fist. What?
Also, low key, my favorite Revival moment was when Revival and DIY turned around and looked at Authors of Pain, and it became a 4-on-2. And like 2/3 of the way was when Revival and DIY they swapped partners and they did each other's finishers. That was so fucking anime.
I also loved the Revival's finisher in WWE, the Shatter Machine. It's one of those things that I often look for in tag team finishers where they just take something very simple and modify it to make it a 2-person event.
They have a games section?
Yeah, they've AEW signed a contract with a gaming company a while ago, and apparently they're almost ready to announce their first game.
Oh, it's
Which
right.
I'm
I
going to be
hope it's
excited.
not a gotcha. I hope it's an actual game.
Well, I know that Kenny Omega for the longest time wanted to get the old WCW engine.
Oh, the Aki engine?
Yeah, the Aki engine.
Oh.
Yeah, I remember hearing.
Don't tease me like that.
Yeah.
I remember
It's
hearing.
gonna be
I know they would like a
AEW
video game.
Grand Order, baby.
Yeah, I know they'd like a full simulator game. I just don't know if there's been enough development time for one.
True.
Not that I have experience in that arena ever.
True. I have heard that.
Paging Alex. Paging Alex.
I know, right? I have heard when they were talking about this a while ago that they were going to go for the more classic style, almost like Fire Pro in a way, for their first game. So possibly in that realm.
Don't worry, guys. It's gonna be like the old Super Nintendo wrestling games.
I actually have those in my collection. Shut up, G.
Freaking on hard mode, it stopped being fun because the computer kept breaking grapples.
Oh yeah. Wrestling games are always notorious for reading button inputs.
Woo!
Well, balancing a wrestling simulator game is gotta be terribly difficult.
Wrestling games are just so hard to make marketable because like they're probably the most complicated games to play.
Well, it's also a super niche market.
Yeah.
You have to replicate the 3 phases of standardized professional wrestling on TV. You know, the theatrics, the promos, and the actual wrestling.
Not to mention it's like down state, back down state, dizzy state, grapple state, turnbuckle state, running to the outside.
And then backstage because politicking in the later WWE games.
But that's probably the most amazing thing about it is that one of the few companies that's been in this long term to be able to have a good template for a wrestling game completely farked it up in the last what, 24 months?
Yeah, and then they try to make an arcade wrestling game, and that also fucked it up.
Wait, Battlegrounds?
Battlegrounds
Yeah.
has been pretty well rated.
Just not often played. I've heard
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think it's one of those things where it's not a bad game. It's just unfortunately not marketed well.
And not what people were looking for in a wrestling game.
Well,
Yeah.
the issue with Battlegrounds is a lot of the wrestlers feel even more interchangeable.
Yeah. When I can boot up 2K18, go into create a character and literally make Sick Nick Mondo, or if I was feeling frisky, that 70s guy Mike Awesome, you get those choices. That's what makes wrestling simulator games so fun.
Dude, everybody knows you spend more time in the creative wrestler mode than you do actual wrestling.
Meanwhile, we have a very competitive tag match going on right now.
Yeah. This is classic Revival.
Oh God, is the match still going on? Jesus.
Oh.
A
looked
little
like he-
hesitation there.
These guys look like they're from old wrestling.
And you know what? That's perfectly fine.
That's perfectly fine.
Oh,
Like they
God.
got into a time machine and went into the future on accident.
This ref is a little bit awkward. He's being very selective about the rules he's enforcing.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Is that who I think it is?
Yeah, it's Knox.
Yeah. Be careful. He might get involved in the match.
Right?
Knox
That's
has
right.
a history of doing that.
Rick Knox has a history with the Bucks.
That's why they hired him.
No, that's dumb because Rick Knox usually attacks the Bucks.
Yeah.
No. They hired him because they wanted him to be their personal referee. That's like the legit reason on BTE.
You see that little limp going on there?
Oh,
Oh!
he pulled the penta.
Nice shot.
You ever see the Rick Knox cocaine spot?
Yes, I actually love that spot.
What the
It's
fuck?
just super kicks like crazy.
Yeah, basically Rick.
I'll link it later.
Oh, is
Yeah,
it the one where he like? I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, he got coked up on accident, and then he just started going
Super
crazy.
kicking.
Yeah, and I'm like, hey, Rick Knox has a really decent super kick. Yeah.
Oh, he's bleeding pretty well there.
You don't say, Tony. We were just looking at it.
He really needs to dress up as Captain Obvious for Halloween. I never expected to see the Revival doing a heat drill.
Gotta bust out the gloves, ref.
I'm sorry, FTR at this point, but still.
Yee.
Well, you know what, Anthony? I'm sure in standard companies that gloves would be necessary as well as a lot of states, but this is Florida, man.
Oh, okay. I take that back.
You know, if it doesn't look like a gator bite, nobody cares.
Even a gator bite, they'll be like, "Can you come into work?"
Ice it up, walk it off.
Can you bring the gator with you? We need something for lunch.
And we need to open it up. It might have half a pound of powder in it.
Just put Trump in Florida and cut it off from the rest of the United States.
No.
No, he technically resides there now. That's where he has to return to.
Not to mention, I still like those theme parks. It's the only reason why I go to Florida is theme parks and IAPA.
We can build more
And
theme
CEO.
parks elsewhere.
And CEO. Which would
I
be...
really need to go to CEO one year.
Oh, I totally need to go. One
Dude,
year.
they
I
have
had an invite one year, but I declined it.
They have Jabali brand fried chicken.
I am
love
not
it.
surprised, honestly.
I need to go to CEO. I need to go to Evo.
No,
I've
no,
been
you
to
don't.
Evo.
You don't need to go to Evo anymore.
Evo's kind of dead.
No, actually, that's not. He's not a part of it anymore. So Evo's back on.
Oh,
Okay.
We'll see.
Yeah.
Evo is back on. They
trust me,
immediately ousted that guy.
I may be super fucking casual when it comes to fighting games, but I still would love to go to Evo, and I know the news around that situation.
Oh,
wow.
Joey is gone. Wait, who's getting mid-match triage?
They're actually taping that hand up.
Yeah, Dash Wilder. Right. I'm sorry, I don't know what. No, Scott. It's Scott Dawson. I don't know what.
How did he cut his hand?
He hit the post. He legit hit the post.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
that was the moment he accidentally hit it. That's not to say this may not be anything more than a serious scrape, but at the same time, that's where he injured his hand.
I know that's where he injured his hand, but did he get it because he hit the post the wrong way, or that he hit it too hard?
He probably hit the post the wrong way.
Yeah, because normally you wouldn't bleed from a blunt shot like that.
I agree, but
wait,
it looks
what?
Like he did...
Oh, yeah, my bad.
It was to work the leg.
Yeah, it was an
that's
STF work. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, I forgot.
Like that.
But I do think that when he hit it, he didn't hit it with his forearm like you're supposed to when you sell the shot. He did look like he hit it with the side of his hand.
Yeah, he totally did.
Doesn't look like there's a lot of nerve damage either. That or he's really working through the pain.
Well, I noticed that when he was tagged in, he did have to shake out his hand a little bit. So I'm guessing that's not a heavy wound, but a lot of nerves are exposed.
A little bit of column A, a little bit of column B.
But CEO is home to one of my favorite fighting game memories of all time, calling a Def Jam tournament.
I remember that. That was cool.
I mean, you also got to see Fighter Fest live.
I did, but okay, that was good. But I could get pay-per-views regularly.
Yeah,
I've never been able to have the pleasure of calling a Def Jam Fight for New York tournament.
Okay, G, you don't have to brag about your opulent wealth and ability to buy pay-per-views whenever you want. Come on, man.
You saw a live match.
Yeah, but you got to see it in person. I mean, wasn't Kota Ibushi like right next to you guys?
Yes, he was.
See, that's one thing you'll never get buying pay-per-views. Kota Ibushi sweat from the source.
The thing is, Def Jam Fight for New York is one of my bucket list games to call.
I can understand that.
Yeah, that's cool.
Well, and Fight for New York is a legitimately good game.
Yeah.
Nice.
This is typical FTR ring work, and it's good, enjoyable.
Yeah, see, normally when you say this is typical blank, it makes it's like an insult, but nah, not with FTR. Ooh, that was great.
Way to cut off the ring. Holy shit.
Everyone forgets how agile he is for being such a chunk.
But that was so clean.
That was very fast.
It was smooth.
Oh shit!
Oh, dope!
Damn,
Gotta be careful. He's gonna open up his shoulder now.
Jesus.
By the end of the match, he's gonna be.
Oh no, he's fighting him off. But he's so busy delivering punishment, he's not there for the tag.
That'd be funny if they keep bandaging him up all the way through the match until he looks like a mummy.
Then he reborn because
at that point, then we just have the Yeti in the match.
Yeti.
Superplex. Snap superplex too.
He almost slipped.
Yeah, that was close to off balance, but he made it work.
Oh,
nope.
Good camera work.
He got the knees up.
Wow.
But it's more fun when wrestlers seem to teleport to the top rope and appear out of nowhere.
Like Walter?
I was thinking Rob Van Dam in ECW.
Oh. Come on. Oh.
Yeah, how about that, Tony? It's a very basic move that's often used for surprise. How about that? Wow, I've not had somebody irritate me so much with single words since the last time I went to Starbucks.
Again, Shivani.
Wow.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Who ordered the latte?
Oh, shiny purse.
Look at that body slam. He really used gravity there to slam him down.
Wah!
Speaking of,
Wow.
He's like, no, 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 no.
No, this Pokemon's not making it back to the bug trainer.
Knee breaker?
No. What the heck?
Wow.
Whoa! That was very close to a disaster. Man, poor Cash Wheeler nearly did a fatal
Quick.
oversell there.
Quick, get the ref coked up. That way he can super kick the Bucks.
Wait, have we seen a super kick yet?
No, not yet.
Nick forgot he was in the match. Come on, dude.
The stakes are pretty high for this match, too.
Ooh. Oh, no sell. Okay.
Oh, shit.
So he's being Ric Flair right now. Okay, gotcha.
Oh.
Oh. Oh, shit!
Holy crap.
That was sick.
Oh, he came out like a house of fire. That's
What
cool.
that's
That
a
was
hot
good.
tag.
that's on.
That is like some rush hour type poke spot. Right
I
there.
know, dude. He was doing like some freaking Jackie Chan shit.
Yeah.
Dude, he was hitting L1 the entire time, using up all the stocks.
Well, yeah, of course he got all the stocks. Because he was out on the ring taunting to build meter.
I want to see
Uh,
the Young Bucks and Daredevil in a hallway beatdown.
no, the Young Bucks, Daredevil, and the guy from Old Boy.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, what the?
Oh, shit.
Roll through.
Well, obviously, old boy guy takes it if he has his hammer.
That's a fair point. Oh,
Classic.
Oh, and that pin transition. Did you see that transition to the pin?
okay. If we were to create the perfect technical wrestling stable, FTR, Arn Anderson, and Thatcher would be my pick.
And Santino.
You wouldn't put like a Malenko or a Storm in there?
Dude, Lance Storm is too boring. First and
Oh.
foremost. Let's go ahead and be legitimately honest with that.
Whoa!
Whoa! Oh,
what the hell?
Yeah, those trap super kicks are always very strange to me.
Oh! He got
Penalty
Jurassic Parked.
Clever girl.
Your first mistake was getting involved in a land war in Europe.
Kazda, what about Chad Gable for your stable?
Ooh.
You did that on purpose.
Chad Gable for your stable.
All right, let's make it a 5 minutes to add Chad there.
What about Sable for your stable?
Negative.
I thought you wanted wrestlers.
Exactly.
I'm just going for the rise, man.
He's busting your balls.
You going for a super blockbuster now? Oh, Bulldog. Okay.
Oh, shit!
Oh!
Ooh.
Okay, now that was a spear.
That was called the fuck you suicide.
That was a javelin. I mean, jeez.
In your
like
face,
a
Biggie.
Yeah. Well,
Is he
honestly,
okay?
it's like,
Okay.
look at this. Like, fuck out of here.
Wow. Just.
That's like, fuck you, Goldberg and Edge.
Did anyone get the license plate on that bitch?
Could be a ghost or a bitch, either way.
Oh, another super kick.
Oh,
Come on,
here we go.
party.
3D!
Come on, super kick party. Come on.
Oh.
Oh, we're going for a Hardy Boys finish here with a swanton.
All right. 1, 2.
Oh wow!
Oh,
Yeah, I didn't think the Bucks would get the pin with some Hardy Boys moves.
Wait, are we to see a double concerto?
The Bucks are going through all their Mega Man weapon reserves and pulling out finishers from other tag teams.
Call that the Gates of Babylon.
Well, next I need to see Matt Jackson there do a little bit of earthquake action.
Okay, we saw a 3D.
Swanton, Twist of Fate.
Actually, yeah.
Modified Doomsday device.
Do whatever the New Day does.
Oh, the Midnight Hour.
Yeah.
Or the heart attack, yeah.
Oh no,
No,
they
we
actually
didn't-
call their tag team move the Morning Wood. I'm not even joking.
Oh! Slingshot powerbomb.
Oh,
Crucifix roll up. 2.
Oh!
No.
Wow.
Cross counter.
Road Dog? Is he good?
Now he remembers to sell the hand.
I thought we were going to see some shake, rattle, and roll.
I thought we can. Man, imagine one of them busted out with the worm.
Yeah, just hey, Tucky.
I think he's talking too cool. He's talking Scotty too hottie.
Oh Jesus.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay, now he's starting to show
Did he
a
super
bit
kick
more.
the hand?
Yes.
Yup.
A bad hand versus a bad knee. It's like an OSHA nightmare.
Oh, he's
now it's opened up more.
Yeah, more blood.
God, give this guy MVP of the night.
This match has been really good.
Yes, it has. It went from it's like now my number 2 match of the night.
Are they going to DIY it?
I think they're going for a DIY.
Oh no, no!
They even mentioned DIY, like they were completely unafraid of it.
Oh,
Dude, these teams are using the power of friendship. It's great.
Nah, they don't care. They'll throw out every.
If this was
If
an
they pull
anime,
off
this is where you
American
see like a transparent version of the other teams they're doing the moves from.
I want someone to like cut this match and put like all the tag teams that do these moves and make it so anime like.
Where's the smoking guns finisher? Come on.
Oh my god, they literally did DIY.
Oh, they're going for the New Age Outlaws. The Spike Pile Driver.
Oh,
That's a 4 Horsemen thing.
oh,
Oh, please do a New Day move. That would be tight.
They would not.
Dude, they did DIY. They could do anything.
Well, I mean, it made sense for Revival to do DIY.
Uh-oh. Sharpshooter? Yeah.
Sharpshooter, yeah. I think he can freebase on it.
Oh!
Are you? No rules.
He did. He had more than a 5 count.
oh,
I mean,
oh,
it-
what?
The double
Oh,
sharpshooter.
doubles.
Another
Double sharpshooter.
Wait, he got rope, bro.
Oh!
Oh,
Bad knee, bad knee. I didn't think that would hold up.
Was Cash tapping out on the outside?
Well,
Yeah, but it
yeah,
doesn't
but he can't
matter.
tap. He's not the legal
No,
man.
yeah, I know. I just wanted to know if he did. Yeah.
He
Yeah.
did.
Okay, so I guess we're giving up because we just plain run out of moves at this point.
Oh no, they could still the Authors of Pain finisher. Yeah, I'm
Or-
joking.
Or the Big Show and Undertaker. They do a
Or
A
double
little bit of
American.
TM 6-1 and pull off a Thunder Valley.
Oh my god, what if they did American Alpha's finisher?
I'm surprised they were like
Did American
Yeah,
Alpha
whoever
have a
Revival
finisher?
did
I
it.
thought
Yeah.
Jason Jordan just went insane for theirs.
No, they had a finisher.
Grand Amplitude.
Oh, that's right.
Oh,
What was it? He threw them into a power slam, right?
Yeah, he threw him into a backdrop.
Yeah, yeah. My nails.
Are we Marty Scroll? Marty Scroll?
Oh,
We call that the Pete Dude.
Ooh.
I'm always a sucker for wrestlers to announce
Yeah.
Out of
that
nowhere.
announce their
Yeah.
like
Ooh.
finish.
Your greatest mistake was leaving me alive.
oh,
Well, now they fix their mistake.
Wow, that was cool. That was cool.
Oh, wait, what the hell?
Concerto.
If you're gonna win this, you're gonna win this. You can't just get yourself DQ'd. You're actually in a position to get this. Why would you do this?
Oh, yeah, I forgot that stipulation.
Yeah, go ahead, hit me. Come on, hit me.
Bet.
This is the kind of moment that breaks up tag teams.
Oh, he's asking for it.
Yeah?
Come on, hit me. Oh, fake out.
Oh no!
oh,
Wow!
shit.
Through the announce table and damn near through Tony Schiavone.
Holy crap.
Styles
What is
Clash.
What is this? The Spike pile driver? It's the Spike.
oh,
Foot in the ropes.
Oh my god! I don't know.
These guys can fight
Okay, this
forever.
match just went from 2-1.
That chair fake out.
He's
Oh,
taking the
he's taking
boot.
the
He's taking the
shoes.
sock.
Oh.
You're going for the foot fetish here.
We call this tag team move the OnlyFans.
Oh no, it's this one.
Oh, it's the leg breaker they did on Jason Jordan. Now what is this? Ooh.
Oh, he's tickling him.
This is tense, guys.
This is really tense.
That move only works once per game.
He's
Still on the
downloading
cooldown.
sir. Oh, that was sick.
Wow, he's really scooting to get there. One,
come on.
two.
Oh,
Nope.
It's still going on. Jesus.
Too
Oh, they're
much
gonna
time.
they're gonna end on a time limit, John, aren't they?
Yeah, but it seems like this match doesn't have a time limit.
Oh, there's no time limit on this? Okay.
Give
No.
this match a time limit?
No, I think
could've
the only
sworn they
matches that
mentioned
have
a time
time limits in
limit
AEW are the TNT Championship.
I could have sworn that I've heard a timer. It's like, oh, there's 5 minutes left or some shit. Maybe I'm tripping.
Wouldn't be the first time.
He-Man super kick.
So does that
Skeletor
mean he's
just
about to
into
turn
the
his
cat.
partner into Battle Cat or what?
Finally, Cash gets to the match again. Ooh!
Oh!
Oh.
Wow.
See, that is how you put together a strong color commentary phrase without having to put a bunch of exclamation points on it. Okay, can't really decide how to
you.
do this.
Whoa.
What?
Springboard 450. Although nobody was home for it.
Oh.
Oh, he
Should
kicked
we
him
kick
with
him
the
with the
dirty
bare-
foot. That's disgusting.
Oh!
Yes!
He won with the OnlyFans.
I'm
What?
actually a little, after everything they've gone through, I'm kind of disappointed the finish was that simple.
Yeah, you know when you remove
thought
your
it was-
boot, it
I
gives
think
you
it's
2 plus
poetic.
power on your
I think
super
it is
kick.
poetic at the fact that he super kicked wind with his injured leg.
They actually won with a super kick. God damn, that was a
shit.
match.
That was a
Oh,
fucking
that's-
match
that's
and a half.
Dude, Dave Meltzer just lost No Nut November, man.
It's over. He's done.
He's a 5-star. 5-star. Oh.
Oh, Kenny.
Yeah, it's Kenny Omega. They're not being attacked again.
Why are you shirtless, Kenny?
But see, they said it. FTR abandoned their ethos.
But doesn't this mean that the Elite now have a chance to be a golden trio? Is that Hangman Page in the tunnel?
I believe so.
Yeah.
Oh, that's kind of awkward.
Man, that's sad. He's like my friends.
My friends.
Everybody's partying without me.
Can I come and
Oh,
play?
cry.
It's a no Homer
Basically,
Club.
Hangman Page is just reading the Instagram post, wondering why no one invited him.
Why is
There he is,
why
there
is
he
he
is,
also
in the back.
shirtless? Is everyone
Can he
backstage
have a
just
bruise on
shirtless?
his cheek?
They're funny. This is the No Pages Club. But you got DDP. No pages. We're allowed to have one.
Bam!
Man, he lost the Elite. He lost the FTR. No friends, man. That's sad.
Yo, is it
But
me
there he
did
was
Kenny-
back. He just wants to come back, guys.
Is it me or did Kenny gain a little bit of
He-
weight?
I didn't. That was such a clean 450.
It was such a good 450. I've never seen him do a 450
That's
before.
that's
so
why I was like, holy shit, that's surprising.
See, what just happened was they went for a flip instead of fists, and it didn't work. That's why you do not flip.
That's why they.
I
don't
love
flip.
so I love everybody on the internet who was saying, "Oh, since the Bucks said that if we don't win this, we're never allowed to challenge for them again." Everybody's like, "Oh, so they're gonna make trios titles?" Brr, brr, brr.
Oh, yeah.
And I mean, I felt this time versus the time they did it with Cody that this did drum up the drama more.
That DIY spot, man, hit me in the feels, dude.
Same.
Freaking, we saw a 3D, the Hardy sequence, the DIY
There's
spot, heart attack.
2 matches left. Yeah,
The
there's 2
power of
matches left.
friendship.
Well, the next 2 matches better fucking bring it because after that,
No,
Well, we
next
got
three.
MJF
Remember,
versus Jericho and Moxley versus Kingston.
and Elite Deletion.
Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot about Elite Deletion. That's probably next then.
Yeah, it's probably next.
Yeah, let's do this.
Yep, there you go.
Nope.
There we go.
All right,
We
well, I'm
could
gonna use
still
the restroom
get-
real quick.
We could still get a Canadian destroyer. Come on, AEW. I was hoping it would be this match, but damn.
you might get one with Sammy.
Oh,
Cameron Grimes.
oh shit! He's driving the golf cart.
A golf cart.
A golf cart that says Spanish
Here we
God
go.
on it.
Premonition.
Wait, who's he talking to? That'd be funny if we get Jeff Hardy.
I like how he drove in on a golf cart.
All the way from
Oh.
Texas.
I'm so excited. I love these pre-tape matches. By the way, you know what Jill's reaction was when she first saw Sammy Guevara?
What?
She said, "That man looks like a walking STD."
Damn.
Yes, we know he arrived. Get on with it.
Oh,
Yes, this is
Why is he giant?
Help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi. You're my only hope.
Suddenly, I feel like I'm watching an Andy Sedaris film.
Dude, this is like a video game. Stage 1.
Oh my god.
Hey, I never
my
noticed that was
God.
there before.
When did they get
How'd I miss 3 tons of steel sitting 20 feet away from me?
Oh god! Oh god! Oh god! Why?
Oh. Wait, is he
And that was the end of the match.
All right, don't fall on your head out the truck, Matt.
Oh god!
So you found the basement.
Oh god! Fucking god!
That could have been the end of the match.
oh.
Oh, who knew you
Oh,
could
shit, there's a
survive being flattened like a cartoon character?
And they
There's a
still
bell?
Where's the bell?
Oh, a moonsault off of a monster truck
Who
wheel.
brought the bell?
Oh wow, he really did a moonsault off a monster truck wheel.
Way to call it!
Still no Canadian destroyer, though. You're still 0 for the century.
Hey, the match just begun, man. It's possible. I'm rooting for Sammy for that because I don't think Matt's gonna do.
So, question: why was there a fresh garbage can strapped to the back of a monster truck?
Because Matt Hardy.
Okay.
Well, that truck was from that rejected WWE game with wheels. Crush Hour, yeah, Crush Hour.
Rush.
We don't talk shit. We don't talk about Crush
Oh.
Hour.
No, I'm just saying that's why there's a trash can onto that monster truck.
You know, fun fact: the Undertaker Boneyard match took place 2 miles from here.
Yo, man, I just came back to a fight in the woods. It's very reminiscent of the time that all of us in Arizona fought in a park.
You missed it. There was a monster truck spot.
It
Oh,
started with a
damn.
monster truck.
It started with the monster truck. I love.
And then Sammy did a moonsault off the monster truck.
I wonder if
lacked
the
the
referee is like,
creativity to
man,
make
why am I
shit up."
here?
Hey, that's my neighbor's can. Lay off.
Now be quiet. We can't wake the children.
Ooh.
This will do nothing for his landscaping.
Okay, he'll get his father-in-law to do it.
This looks like this looks like Randy Orton's
Oh
house
my
that
god,
Triple H
Sim,
invaded.
shut up.
Oh,
It wasn't. Was that Triple H? I thought it was Brian Pillman.
No,
Josh Triple
no,
H,
that was a
Brian
different
Pillman.
one.
Brian
But
Pillman.
Triple H did invade Randy Orton's house, though.
Yeah.
No, yeah, he did with a sledgehammer. Stone Cold went into Brian Pillman's house.
And he had a
Brian
gun.
Pillman
He
pulled
had
out a gun, and then it went to a Gillette commercial.
And then he pulled out a gun.
The ultimate wrestling move, gun.
Wait, who else is there? Is that? Oh,
Wait, I
that's the
see
camera.
two cameramen. What the heck?
Yeah, that's bad production. Man, how bad were these spots? If this was the best you had,
The fuck is that?
is he beating him up with a skull on a stick?
It's a
I
cave.
think that's Skeletor's scepter.
It's Mustopheles.
Oh shit.
That's Superman's
Mustopheles.
spine.
Mustopheles.
Why is that
Sounds
in
like
the
a
fountain?
philosopher.
Don't ask. It's Matt Hardy's house.
Dude, he just split the skull.
I see production lights.
Oh God, they're getting to the shed.
You're asking questions that don't need to be answered.
Says
That
you.
aren't going to be
Yeah.
answered because this is Matt Hardy's
Oh.
house.
There's a ring.
Oh, they're
This is officially the weirdest backyard wrestling match I've
Guys,
ever seen in my
Kaza
life.
has lost it.
I love it.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Didn't Bray Wyatt and Matt Hardy start here?
Yes, this is where they started their match. Yes.
You
Then
Fuck
you
yeah,
signed the
yeah.
contract, and I hired movers and bought a ring for this
and
No,
now
he
ring the
actually
bell.
literally just has a ring.
and a table
And
The
tiki
tables
torches.
you might have had it.
and tiki torches. What the
Yes,
hell?
he has the tiki torches. Don't fucking diss the tiki torches.
I'm not dissing it. I'm still trying to
Oh,
understand this place.
Nice
Can
side
you
effect,
order
very
gimmick
nice side effect.
tables on Amazon? Get Prime
Where's
ship?
I better see a callback to the dilapidated boat or some fireworks.
I'm halfway expecting to see Chris Jericho in his clan uniform from the Jay and Silent Bob reboot.
No, dude, we're gonna get the mower of the lawn.
Mower of the lawn, chair of wheels.
Chair of wheels.
Second table.
Senor Benjamin.
Okay, so the interesting thing is Senior Benjamin is his father-in-law.
Yup.
Oh, look, he cut his hand too.
Can you find these tables at Home Depot?
Yes, you can, and then you can gimmick them yourself.
I thought it comes pre-gimmicked. Like order them in bulk.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, TLC's coming up. Can we order 50 gimmick tables for bulk?
You have to pay for that service.
Yes.
Although technically, I think all they do to gimmick him is take that runner off the bottom.
Oh.
Oh.
Oof.
Take a shot every time there's a power bomb.
Who's this?
What the hell's that?
Oh shit, Ortiz!
Why does everyone have Matt Hardy's address?
Santana, what are you doing here? What the fuck?
What are those?
You know, I don't know who runs this gated community, but the security here is awful.
Is this gonna be causes number one?
No, no.
Oh, it's private party.
Oh my god, it's private party! Hell yes!
Man, they let anybody in this neighborhood.
Great! I fucking
Oh my
love
God.
this!
Oh,
Go to
you're
the
also
show.
losing No Nut November.
Go to the shed. Go to the fucking test ring that you have where you killed your children, Matt.
That's funny. Private party is all like GPS. Get me parts unknown.
Well, no, Matt called them.
Yeah. Well, I mean that's where it is. It's parts unknown.
No, it's clearly at Dudleyville.
No, I think he's trying to say that whenever a ref says that somebody's from
There's
Parts
monster
Unknown,
truck.
this is Parts Unknown. Welcome to the town of Parts Unknown.
No,
We have
this
very
is
nice
Dudley.
manicured lawns, and occasionally people show up for no reason in the middle of your wrestling ring.
Oh,
Oh,
Boo.
Diamond
Oh,
cutter.
Oh.
If they run into Jason Voorhees, this whole thing would be worth it.
Is he gonna?
Oh, wait a
Hey,
wait,
that was
wait,
another
the camera
cameraman.
crew.
Somebody
Oh,
needs
man.
to teach AEW's camera crews about respectful distance.
Matt Hardy called in the assist.
it's like Marvel versus Capcom.
Well, more like in those in those
what?
action.
Wait, how do Santana and Ortiz know that Matt Hardy keeps a whole bunch of crap under the ring?
Oh, G's
there's
done it right now.
fireworks.
Oh my god. All this room for activities.
I can't tell if this is an unusual night or just another average night in Tallahassee.
This is
First off, we're
this
not
is
in
North
Tallahassee.
Carolina.
We're in North Carolina.
No,
Oh,
this
that
is
explains
clearly
even less.
Dudleyville Parts Unknown. Red Law doesn't know.
Dudleyville. Oh.
Yeah, fireworks!
And then he shoves it up his rear end and launches.
Yeah, strap a rocket to it, man.
There's still a match going on, you weirdo.
Oh no, Matt Hardy got a kill streak.
UAP on.
Matt Hardy's ult. He got his ult.
That is all he
Why?
he is also feeling No Nut November right now.
Oh, no.
Oh!
Whoa, Jesus.
We got a firefight.
Stage battle.
As unusual as all this is, the announcers are very calm about two people trying to explode each other.
Well, they're not in there. The referee is what you should be more worried about. It's like, why the fuck am I here? Do I get paid extra? Is this hazard
Why
pay?
is Matt Hardy hiding behind dead grass? That is not exactly a smart place to defend yourself from this.
And why are they playing with fireworks and like some
Hey,
dry ass?
because this is a gender reveal party.
You did not know what happened in California.
I don't think Matt Hardy gives a shit.
More importantly, what's the sex of the baby?
Yes.
I mean, you know, if they're gonna, you know, pull off, you know, or sorry,
Oh.
I like totally botched that, but I was gonna say something about SCU.
I'm gonna need you to re-roll that and get higher than an 8.
More like higher than a 1, dude. I totally love that.
Someone needs to fall into the lake of reincarnation.
Oh,
Nice.
Who are you addressing? There's no fourth falling. Oh my god!
Don't you dare!
Why was he
They
bragging
need
about
to
his STDs? What happened?
Matt,
you guys.
obviously Matt Hardy had the active reload.
The lake of reincarnation.
Damn headband of infinite ammo.
Wait, does the referee get hazard pay in this match?
Oh god!
Oh god!
Don't kill Sammy, please.
Does Sammy get hazard pay?
He found the one mud patch in the middle of this field.
Oh.
Can you even grip him for that?
Whoever's listening on the stream, we're watching mud wrestling right now.
That's not an exaggeration.
Oh no!
Your vessel needs cleansing.
What? Shockmaster? Is that you?
Oh shit!
Wait, is that
Wait,
Fuck! Why is Gregory here?
It's Hurricane Helms.
Oh, gang!
Holy shit!
Somebody opened a portal in 1997, came crawling out.
Gangrel? They technically can't call it Gangrel. Oh my god!
I bet G wants Hurricane to be thrown in so 3 count can come back.
What is going on?
Why did they
I think Matt watches What Culture Wrestling.
What?
See, you guys were complaining that I was confused. Now all of you are asking what in the blue hell is happening here today. 2 years.
Oh, it was a throwback to Matt's story from the network. If y'all remember that.
What's up with that?
They got a new ally. Get him, Hurricane.
Good Hurricane.
Choke slam?
No.
G wants 3 count.
Oh
to
no,
be
he's being
back.
tossed in the lake of reincarnation.
Is he gonna come back as 3 counts?
There's only one Spanish god, and his name is Conan.
I would not throw him in there if I were you. That's probably a bad idea, Sammy.
That made blonde his hair.
Oh, wow. Nice reverse.
It's like they're.
Excuse me.
What the fuck?
Oh, it's Hurricane Helms' alter ego, Shane Helms. In the lake.
In the lake number 2.
And a fish swims clean up his cloaca.
This is the greatest match.
Shut up, G.
I wish Daniel saw this.
By the way, this is still happening.
Why the fuck is Gangrel here?
No. We can't call him Gangrel. He is the Vampire Warrior because Mobius still owns the copyright.
I'm just gonna say
Oh,
Gangrel.
Hurricane's back.
Yes, Mobius owns the copyright. They had to use that from White Wolf Entertainment because
Sorry, G.
Gangrel was
I don't think we'll get
trademarked by
3 count
them.
back tonight.
I want
the re-rolls didn't help in your favor.
So it is the Vampire Warrior.
Yeah, that if it was a gotcha game, the Lake of Reincarnation is the re-roll mechanic.
pity roll?
And every time you spend some currency, you just hear Matt Hardy. Wonderful.
Did Sammy just walk his way all the way back here? Or what? I'm having some real trouble figuring out the dimensions of the Hardy compound based on this nonsense.
The lake isn't that far from the ring.
Okay.
It's not as far as you think it is.
Stay away from Vampire Warrior. He is part of a organization called the New Porn Order.
Wait, he should.
Yeah, I usually try to stay out of New England if I can help it.
Well, he does porn still, I believe.
I think he directs porn.
Yeah.
Huh.
Does he take resumes?
Private Party might have caught something that Ajax won't clean off.
Oh no, all of Matt's allies. It's a 4-on-1.
Oh,
We're this. Okay,
Well, yeah,
sledgehammer
the
appears from
sledgehammer.
nowhere. Whatever. And we're in a utility shed of some sort.
Oh, what the hell?
Oh, what the hell was that?
The telepathy.
The drone?
Did you?
Do you hear the music?
Is somebody doing a cheap version of Tubular Bells?
Chair wheels.
The chair wheels.
And the piano.
And another ring. And a coffin. And a birdcage?
And the rest of those bulk ordered gimmick tables from Home Depot.
You know, suddenly I'm starting to be reminded of like wrestling shows that happen at small conventions I've been to.
By the way, wrestling's real.
And a table in the ring with a ladder, I think.
There's a casket.
Ah, there's the lawnmower.
Yeah, a tractor
It's
lawnmower.
literally just like everything he's ever used for anything.
And a very bizarre baby carriage.
That's whose fucking baby carriage was that? It's his first kid, Maxwell.
Oh no!
What is he planning to do with that?
Bend over, Matt. I'm about to check your prostate.
Still might see a Canadian destroyer.
And maybe from the top of the ladder.
What's Sammy doing?
He's taking apart the bottom rope.
Sammy, stop being ring crew. Is this the Omega ring?
I don't know.
No, this is the Dome of Deletion.
No. This is Matt Hardy's
Oh.
old company was called Omega Wrestling. So, is it that ring?
I don't know.
Ooh.
Well, thank
Does
you for
Sammy
cleaning the hair out of
Guevara-
his face.
Does Sammy Guevara have to choke a?
Oh, what the f-
Okay, you'll find that in Gangrel's next film.
What?
Come on, Canadian Destroyer.
I literally don't know what's gonna happen next.
I don't either.
That'd be funny if the table just broke.
Oh, God,
If it
remember?
did, they could just save it in editing.
Oh, that one time in TNA when Jeff Hardy forgot to put Bub on the table, and he just kind of crawls on top of it. I don't know if you guys remember that.
Oh
Wow,
yeah,
that's
I
a
remember
dusty
that.
shirt.
It was funny.
Like Jeff climbed up the ladder and Bubba just crawls on the table.
Oh,
Oh God.
Oh.
Get the swanton.
Oh God. I seriously thought
Oh.
Matt was gonna.
Oh, the coffin's still not dead.
Yeah.
That's his.
You think somebody's in it?
Probably.
Probably, yeah.
I actually thought Matt was gonna like teleport out of the way. Like,
He's not the Fiend.
No, but he's kind of shown that power has broken Matt Hardy before.
Another twist of fate.
The music is picking up.
And then the nemesis comes tearing through the walls.
Stars.
You see what happened? You tear apart the ring.
Makes it a little hard to play through, yeah.
No!
Oh,
Oh,
Wait,
Dude,
it's
did
Cosmo.
Did that music
Almost.
sound like Trivia Murder?
oh yeah. Oh God.
That's
Oh.
that's fake. It's pre-taped.
Yeah.
no, wrestling's real.
No, that's just ketchup.
The power of directing and
Dude, this
posting.
really sounds like Trivia Murder Party music.
This is very interesting.
Well, that head wouldn't close quickly.
JR.
Oh!
Ooh.
Oh.
Does he though? Because I'm not sure the ref knows what's happening.
Is he?
Well, I wouldn't want to stop something and be locked in the dome of deletion with no way to go out.
That's a good point. Ortiz and Santana and the Vampire Warrior have been noticeably silent since that door closed.
Well, they can't get in. They're locked out.
You think they'd be pounding on the door or something?
Oh,
Concerto?
no, just Cherto.
Time to snap the head on this chicken.
Ooh.
No, oh god, that ketchup
Oh
looks good.
god.
Ketchup looks dope.
Back.
Oh, you won.
Oh, so
Winner
the
by-
sarcophagus is not going to come into play.
Winner by murder, Matt Hardy.
Matt Hardy just killed a man.
I mean, it's
It's the
the
year
first time
2020 and
we've
we've
seen
seen
somebody
4.
die in a wrestling match.
Yeah, I was about to say, we've seen 4 people die this year.
That's true.
Oh yeah, I forgot Money in the Bank was this year too. Damn.
Yeah, we saw 2 people get thrown off the building.
Yeah, lost 5 wrestlers, a couple of cameramen, and now a Spanish god.
And yet Private Party is A-okay.
How did they get in?
Is anyone going to ask if Shane
Wow.
Helms is okay? Or?
Wow.
Taking out the
I
trash.
thought they locked down the dome of deletion.
What?
Oh.
No. If you're going to get rid of a body, you have to cut it up first.
Canadian Destroyer him in the nah.
We're not going to cut up the body. Instead, we're just going to leave it for the next mailman or the next garbage man to find. That's wonderful.
What if that was like the
Send
real
the
garbage
OW.
Chuck? What if that was the real garbage bin and they forgot the clean gimmick? He's just stuck in there with
Hey, they got
yesterday's
that from Home
garbage.
Depot too, right?
So wait, does that mean Private Party killed the rest of the circle before they came in?
No, I think while there is inconsistencies, they probably beat the rest of the circle.
Or the door closed and the circle just gave up and said, okay, well, we tried.
What does Chris Jericho, leader of the Inner Circle, think of all this?
Yeah, Sammy Guevara was his best friend.
Well, maybe that's why MJF is going to win. They need kind of a replacement.
Yeah, we have a vacancy now.
Wait, what did he say about?
Take this Take this obsolete rubbish away.
Yeah, there's technically an opening in the circle.
Oh, there's his wife.
If only he used the rocket launcher, this would have been over much sooner.
Okay, so third best cinematic match?
I would say third best, yeah. If we're saying the Firefly Funhouse is the first best.
No, I'm saying Boneyard match, then Firefly, then this.
I alternate those. So like for my personal opinion, the Firefly Funhouse is the best match.
Oh my
Shane
god!
Helms is okay.
This is like in the All Fantasy 7 when they went a match.
Yeah, somebody, Kaza, we need to.
Somebody
get
needs
this.
to put duty complete right there,
yes.
please.
I might edit the Final Fantasy 7 over this.
Straight up, just duty complete right over it.
Is that a Final Fantasy or a Monster Hunter reference?
It's a
That's
Final
a-
Fantasy
that's-
14 reference.
Well, it can be both because Quest Complete is the same
Yeah,
thing as
that's
well.
true.
Yeah.
But no, who would be the tank in that situation?
Matt,
His wife.
I'm so sad that the Hurricane came back as I thought we were gonna.
He
see
wanted 3 counts.
I wanted 3 counts.
I was like, yeah,
God, just why was Gangrel there?
Because Vampire Warrior.
he's just happy to be there.
But
Oh,
again,
Vampire
he's not. He's legally not Gangrel. He is the Vampire Warrior.
Hello, Mr. Archer.
Oh.
Jake Roberts.
Jake. bottom button, please.
Yeah, that shirt is barely holding together there. Need to
But
go
I'm
up a
glad to see
size.
you're healthy, though. Glad to see you're healthy.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not arguing about that, but he does need to go up a size there.
So he's a cannibal.
Fun fact, when my wife was growing up, she actually went to high school with Jake's daughter.
Nice.
Oh.
That's how she found out about professional wrestling, when her friend would start to argue about her dad's weird job and said, "Who's your dad?" "Jake the Snake Roberts." "Well, who's that?" "Okay, you're going to need to look this up."
Your dad's a snake?
He's a certain kind of snake charmer. I think my first wrestling memory was my stepdad putting the giant Jake the Snake poster in my room as a kid, and I'm like, okay, that's cool.
Dude, Jake the Snake looks like the uncle that would steal like the burger out of your plate at a barbecue.
He is the uncle that would steal a burger off your plate.
Oh wow, wait.
Oh.
And then he'd throw it back at you because it didn't have mustard.
You're not mustard, not a real man.
Why do you put
They call me
mustard on
Jake
this
the
burger,
Steak,
boy?
Robert, and I like it medium rare.
Negative. He's kind of been on the vegan diet.
Okay, Jake the Vegan Steak.
That fucking jacket. Ugh.
Hey, that's me.
I will do whatever it takes to see your rosebud, sir.
Anything?
AEW's first bra and panties match.
I think they call that a bros and panties match.
I love it when they slap me.
The town hall was great when Peter walked up and was like, "Can I join
You
the
want
inner
to talk
circle?"
about work rate?
Ugh.
So this is
Jericho
AEW's
had-
version of the Rose Ceremony, huh?
Jericho has had a debate and a town hall on AEW.
Oh, can MJF beat you? Probably. Can he beat your double chin? More than likely.
But it would take a while.
You ever see wasn't there AEW comics?
No, they were comic artists drew AEW people in pinup styles, but there was never an actual comic.
Yeah. Oh, Kaza, have you seen those?
Yes, I have.
And freaking the creative liberties with Chris Jericho.
Oh yeah.
You mean giving him a six-pack?
Yeah, no. The fact that Jericho's starting to kind of look like Tanahashi just a little bit is scary.
I guess we're getting Jericho first.
Oh, they forgot to pay the light bill.
Oh, I see.
The bird hasn't been cooked yet. Why are you in Christmas colors?
Oh, damn.
Oh,
It's MJF.
That's actually a really...
Yeah, that's a good fake out.
Wardlow sounds like something you leave behind in high school.
It's like Jericho meets Ric Flair meets MJF.
So it's this match and one more, right?
Yep.
Okay, cool. I'll be right back, guys. I gotta walk the dog for a second.
Well, according to certain people, you misspelled soft, sir.
Yeah, we don't talk about those people though. They need help.
Well, actually, they need probably a stint in prison, but that's a different problem.
No, one of them actually needs mental help. There's the crowd.
Oh.
Weighing in at the size of Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada.
See, the jacket would be cool if they were real spikes.
$347 days to Jericho cruise.
What have I become?
As much as Jericho tries, Fozzy will never get over.
I think they've had hits, but I don't think they're the greatest thing.
They've never been able to tour consistently enough to actually get into people's houses.
That's a super kick to your living room with that amazing camera work.
At least the announcers weren't talking over the singing like last time.
Hey, it's better than WWE's camera work.
It
So
really
many
is.
seconds into the action.
Kaza, to be fair, that bar is so low, I've tripped over it.
Fair enough.
Hey, you guys want 5 camera cuts with a single ground and pound?
Nah, forget that. Every time Retribution comes out and they decide to shake the cameras and do camera cuts every 5 seconds, I feel like I'm watching a Marvel Cinematic Universe movie.
And don't forget to zoom in every time somebody just gets punched in the jaw.
I had to watch Civil War twice because I needed to watch it a second time to better understand what was going on during action sequences.
Jericho, lay off the poutine, man. Come on.
Hey, dude, I love poutine. Stop bagging on me.
I don't even know where I could find poutine.
Poutine is what he calls his super ab. He calls his pecs his Tim Hortons.
For like tit horns. Ooh.
I just slapped my taste into your mouth. I mean, I'm a big guy, but Chris Jericho looks like he's starting to cosplay Vader here.
Give it more time.
Jericho is thick. What are you talking about?
No, Bronson Reed is thick. Jericho is round.
He's getting close to Rhino.
Dude, no, Rhino is just thick.
There's a reason why Rhino stopped wrestling in this company. He didn't want to get eaten.
Oh, just no sell it. Okay, cool.
Yeah, all right. It does seem like, jokes aside, it does seem like since Jericho started wrestling for AEW, he's been slowly gaining weight.
I think he wanted to because he wanted to look like a powerhouse.
Because definitely he was slimmer when he fought in New Japan.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, he was willing to be big like he is now.
It's concerning though because Jericho is starting to make me feel like I could take my shirt off, and I don't think that's the point.
I know I can't take my shirt off.
Hey, what's stopping you from taking your shirt off?
My consideration for my fellow human beings.
That's
that attitude.
Oh.
Ooh,
Wow, that was a devastating move.
Fuck you.
That was right in the dignity.
The dignity, the self-respect.
I mean, to Jericho's credit, he was actually fatter like when he was champ. It was like hard to watch.
Yeah, that's a fair point. Well, it's
He
that
was like-
Tony Khan money. That's
He
what
was
it
like,
is.
yeah, he was like swishing around when he ran in the ring.
So, do you think this is like a COVID problem? Maybe just a lack of activity is starting
No,
to get
he
to
just
him? or-
wanted to be big. Like he didn't want to be
Here you have the camera back.
Oh,
I
we
remember.
We didn't get the good Dwayne Johnson spot.
Yeah, the Rock has done. Yeah,
Yeah.
the Rock has done that way better.
Oh, he
Unfortunately,
totally has. He totally has.
But that was so funny when Austin did the stunner on the table. Like, oh my god! But
I think that was the
Austin-
WrestleMania during that moment.
Austin
Yep.
went. What made
was
that moment great was
WrestleMania when that
the
happened.
last minute. Oh shit! From the Rock.
In the
Well,
ring.
Jericho didn't say anything when he took the camera. The Rock would talk nonstop when he had one.
Sorry, but the Judas effect for a finish doesn't
Yeah,
seem
I don't
strong.
like it.
Wait, that reverse elbow is his finish?
Yes.
Okay, now I'm disappointed.
Yeah, I don't like it.
I did not. I mean, a man who's lifted. Granted, he doesn't look like he does a lot of moonsaults right now, but he still looks very capable of the walls of Jericho.
You think he's trying to save himself being the twilight of his career?
Yeah, I think he's definitely just trying to reduce the number of bumps on his card.
Maybe, but I would argue at this point that given that touring in concert is damn near impossible, this would be a time to improve and like solidify the end of your legacy.
The mimosa match.
Yeah, dude, the mimosa match.
He looks like he drank the mimosa.
He probably
he-
did.
He fucking got dunked in it.
It looks like he's also been sampling his own bubbly a little too much, though.
That was so sloppy.
That was so weak.
Man, but Jericho was a fan of those dull double axe handle top rope moves. Where he looks like he just gently pats your back.
Oh, so like where he looked like Jimmy the King.
Oh shoot, ready to
That's
rumble.
one of those
reference.
odd things about wrestling is that, yeah, you're not supposed to aim to hurt anybody, but you're supposed to respect them enough to know that you can, give them a good thump now and again to make things good for the audience, really. Stop kissing his hand. It's getting weird.
I thought he was biting his fingers.
What an AD.
Nice.
I mean, Jericho still does have work rate, but it's just reduced.
I almost feel like if you want to transform the landscape of AEW, MJF should win and not offer to be a part of the circle, but take it over.
Well, here's the thing. With MJF, a certain individual loves MJF to death and hates the fact that he's in this company.
Who is that individual?
Everybody's favorite villain, Jim Cornette. He loves MJF and despises the fact that he is in this company.
Of course he does.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he also loves Cody and hates the company.
Yeah, it's because he hates the Young Bucks.
Yeah.
Whoa!
Oh.
But Cody and the Young Bucks get along, and I'm pretty sure behind closed doors where kayfabe doesn't exist, MJF gets along with all three of them.
No, I'm watching MJF work. He seems accessible. He seems like one of those guys that talks things through very well, like pre and post match.
Yeah.
As well as he seems like a guy that's willing to give spots as well as
Take
get
spots.
them.
Yeah.
So
he does give and take really well.
yeah, it goes back to something I've said about AEW since its inception. I'm disappointed that it seems like they put a lot of time and effort into the older, and are definitely well established, but kind of tired guys on the card when they have a stable of younger people who really could
So-
use a good spotlight.
The thing is Jericho's going to lose this match. What happens after this match is up in the air because Jericho's been losing to new guys all the time.
Whoa!
Oh.
Nice
Oh,
sell.
shit. But well, they're also working on bringing up the younger talent as well.
Yeah.
I've been noticing a lot of the AEW's. Like, I watch a lot of reports about every company, and a lot of the younger talent has been going over like gangbusters.
Yeah. Will Hobbs is probably on pace to maybe take the FTW championship away from Brian Cage later at some point.
Ooh.
I understand what you guys are saying. It's just one of those cases where I feel like they missed a very early opportunity to differentiate themselves from the other companies by not leaning on all these hyper known names.
It was a lot of Tony saying, "Hey, let's get some established names up on the card first."
Yeah, which makes sense. And I mean, having Kenny, the Young Bucks, Cody, and Hangman, who they're not in the twilight of their careers. They're still technically very much in the formative years of their careers.
Yeah, but when you focus so much on a lot of these hyper established guys, it feels like you're rehashing WCW to me.
Well, it's better than WWE focusing on one person.
I didn't say WWE does it well either. I mean, my favorite company is NXT.
And that's fair because NXT is actual wrestling.
Yeah, and it's a separate brand. We don't count that as WWE. We never have.
Because that's Triple H's baby.
Yeah. The thing, well, SmackDown's about to be his baby now, apparently. Maybe he can fix it.
There's nothing wrong with SmackDown. It's Raw. Raw is the issue.
Raw's about to no longer be the issue. But that depends on what booking-wise they do. Because, I mean, The Fiend being there and the Alexa Bliss storyline is enough to keep me interested.
Unfortunately, talent is about 30% of the equation when it comes to televised wrestling. I mean, creative gets very important, assuming that they are the ones in control and not the performers themselves.
Yeah, whereas in this company, it's mainly the performers that are in control. And, I mean, it shows. I feel like most of the stories that have been told here have been, for the most part, better.
Yeah, and I'm just speaking as a fan. I mean, I no lie, I've had a few matches, but I never feel like a specialist in this in any way. I'm speaking as an observer.
And I'm a backyarder who's done like a match, But this coming from a performer standpoint as well, you get a lot of beauty from structure and also creative freedom.
Yeah.
You have too much creative freedom, it hinders the product. You have too much input, it also hinders the product. You have to find that delicate balance in between. That's why I didn't like Chikara too much.
That's understandable. As somebody who's personally never watched Chikara, but like I stated earlier, I've been getting into Joshi wrestling because I want to watch more Joshi stuff, and seeing the way that they do things over at TJPW and Stardom makes me like really hopeful to see like what kind of stories that they can tell that I don't feel like you can fully tell over here.
I mean, you can also say the same about New Japan.
Oh,
because
yeah,
New Japan does a lot of unique stuff as well.
Yeah, well, New Japan and Joshi have different storytelling standards than American or European wrestling. They prize the soul and the burning spirit, whereas American and European wrestling primarily focuses on the physical action of it.
Well,
some of
British wrestling more so because it's more of a stronger style. I mean, let's take a look at Walter and all of that.
The other thing about Joshi Wrestling, at least with like TJPW, which is a much smaller company, because it's like a sister promotion to DDT, is that a lot of their stories are definitely, in a sense, on the fly. But with the way that they build things moving forward, it really feels like they had long-term booking and planned. At least it's what it looks like on the outside, just from the video essays I've watched, because I haven't been able to like catch any TJPW yet, but I really want to soon. So
I will say it also helps AEW that they don't have pay-per-views every month.
yeah, no, it 100%. I mean, they could go up to doing 2 pay-per-views a quarter, and I'd be happy. Because I feel like 4 is a little less, but generally they do special episodes as well. So
yeah, that's
like Fight for the Fallen and
Bash at the Beach.
That's one of those cases where WWE is a victim of its own success. I mean, they built up an empire that required them to have a lot of appearances, and once there's at all a dip in money or in attendance, then that entire structure becomes its own albatross.
Yep.
And in a COVID performer standpoint, this is
Whoa!
some of the best matches out of people during this.
Wow! Out of the
Jericho's
code
actually
breaker.
pulling it out. He's actually getting some work rate in.
It's one of those I really got to give to AEW versus like most other promotions is during most counts, you don't get to see the head of the person taking the pin. And I like that because then I can't tell whether or not that they're looking at the ref waiting to see the third one.
I'm sorry if you're bored out there, ladies and gentlemen. We got kind of into a wrestling philosophy discussion, and I did not mean to.
We apologize.
I mean, it's
so far this has been a very fantastic match. It's been, mat based. Jericho's actually
very
starting to pull out the
psychology
playbook.
101.
What is MJF's finisher?
Fuck.
Is that what it's called?
No, I don't remember
It's
what
called
it
the
is.
fuck.
Oh.
Because every time I watch AEW, he's never wrestling.
I feel like this is a Google thing.
Yeah, I'm Googling it right now.
Oh, Wardlow.
No, he
The
wanted
double
to
cross?
Tic Tac, you weirdo.
The double cross, which is a rolling cutter, or the heat seeker, which is a rope assisted pile driver. Or he could use the ring.
Oh, the bat.
Ooh, the bat came in.
Eddie
Guerrero.
It's just Eddie Guerrero!
Oh my god.
Roll up.
Oh, shit, he won.
You outsmarted him.
I actually really like the surprise roll-up there. I loved everything about that. It was so fucking funny.
Yeah.
Finish. Good finish.
I'm surprised Jake Hager is here, considering he restarted MMA in late last month.
Oh, he's in.
He's been Chris Jericho's big man since they started the Inner Circle.
No, I know that. I know he's been here. It's just with AEW's newer rules regarding wrestling, I'm surprised they allowed him to get back into fighting.
Salt of the Earth is his other one, the submission move.
This is interesting because it's like 2 heels, and it's not so much about who are you rooting for. It's more like how is this going to
how's this going to unfold?
Yeah, unfold.
Which screw job is the greater?
It's like who do you
tights too.
It's
like who do you despise less?
What a smart finish.
Yeah, that's smart booking. Smart booking.
Got the music. Time for some victory butter.
And he pinned him.
He got the victory.
I don't know. Matt Hardy just killed Sammy Guevara.
Well, there's an opening then.
He killed Sammy, threw him in the trash.
Ooh, they should have a new tag team between Jake Hager and Wardlow. That would be interesting.
Oh, that'd be a good tag team.
I love you, Michelin Man.
Oh, they're bringing in Wardlow too. I thought it was going to be like a thing.
You can't bring in.
Somebody has to hold the velvet rope.
Well, wait, why 2 heaters? Why are 2 heaters needed?
Well, I mean, better than one.
Oh.
Ooh. Difference
That's
in
why,
ideology there.
because both of them are going to fight each other. Oh, I actually want that match a lot.
They don't trust each other.
No, I seriously think you're about to have a power struggle in the inner circle.
I don't mind that. I'd love to see that.
It's like there's only room for one horse.
There's only room for one boss, too, and I think you've got 2 different guys who could fight for it.
This is a setup match.
Oh, yeah, I think you're about to find an NWO and Wolfpack situation coming.
Yes. Megatron and Starscream.
How was the match? Hello? Can you guys hear me?
Call out, Tony. Shut up.
Tested one.
Yeah, no offense. I think I would have preferred it if it was JR, Excalibur, and Taz.
Is it just me, though? But looking at that image of the 3 of them, Tony Schiavone looks like he's being held hostage.
Uh-oh. Something's happening.
Revolution.
You heard them. They're going to assimilate us.
Uh-huh.
Man, you have to go through a lot to get an Xbox X.
Okay.
February 27th.
All right, cool. So we got the date for Revolution, February 27th. Nice.
Awesome.
The Bucks? Oh, no. Hey, what's up?
He's got pants with
He
pockets.
fixes pockets.
I love him.
Oh.
The best man!
Yes. It's Miro Day.
I'm sorry, your fiance looks like an angry Maurice.
Oh.
Did he just call him attractive?
Yeah.
The chillest motherfucker ever.
Oh, bunkhouse.
He's just gonna walk away. Okay.
Winner gets the top bunk.
You guys can hear me, right?
Oh, yeah.
I still don't think that WWE made a good decision letting Tay Conti go.
She needed some seasoning.
No, and the thing is, though, she was getting somewhere. Every match she was improving. It wasn't fast, but she was getting better. And it seemed like she was on the cusp of some kind of major breakthrough when they let her go.
Can you guys hear me now?
Alright, I think this is when the Canadian Destroyer is going to happen.
Yes, because John Moxley, master of the Canadian Destroyer.
Oh, because Kenny Kingston, the Canadian Destroyer King.
Yeah, these look like a pair of real agile mothers.
We joking. It's going to happen. I'm going to say fuck off.
You think he's about to get it and turns into an Alabama Slam?
Yeah.
All right. Can you guys hear me now?
Yeah.
Yes, we can.
Yes.
Okay, good. All right. Damn, he is like super close to kissing him.
Does Eddie Kingston know it's a work?
No.
God, Simon Miller's gonna be going insane.
Oh, dude, he's gonna have a fucking field day tomorrow.
Can I have context, please?
Simon Miller has a thing during Eddie Kingston promos now that comes down that is he plugs in all the data quotation marks and he asks the question, does Eddie Kingston know if wrestling's a work? And the answer's almost always been no recently. What are you laughing at?
Person in the background.
Uh,
Bless you again.
Bless you.
Gesundheit.
Yeah.
It's nice to know we're all so polite here.
Gesundheit. Oh.
Easy there. Now's not the time for an orgasm.
I had to yawn.
It hasn't started yet.
Does Eddie Kingston go over?
All right, here we go. Give it to me, Justin.
I know he looks like a classic announcer, but I keep expecting him to belt out old crooner tunes for some reason. I do not have a good reason.
This is where I lose no.
7:30. What's that supposed to mean?
I don't know.
I think it might be the area code of Yonkers.
Oh,
If it fits his character, I can see it.
Kind of like 619.
he looks like somebody who should be playing a villain in Better Call Saul.
No, that doesn't make sense because 730 is the area code in Illinois.
Oh,
Maybe he's the Chicago guy.
Maybe he just needs a reminder what
No,
time it
'cause
is at all times.
He's from New York.
yeah, he's from Yonkers, I think.
Try Eddie Kingston 7:30. See what comes up.
Maybe that's what time he was born at. I don't know.
My dinner time is 7:30 every night, and I get upset when I miss it.
You know, I just realized, like, John Moxley, like, reminds me of, God, what's his name from Tekken?
Dean Ambrose?
You're not going to say Brian Fury.
I was going to say Brian Fury, actually.
Oh, it's the camel pants.
Yeah, it's pretty much that's it. And his hairstyle a little bit.
You know,
Was
one of my
somebody
favorite
gonna
things.
attack him this time?
One of my favorite things about Tekken is when it lists the likes and hobbies of all the fighters, and people just have really random shit there. Like Brian Fury really likes snakeskin pants.
As much as I know, it sounds like I'm complaining. I'm enjoying the watch. I don't know enough about AEW to be into it. However, I will say that AEW probably has the best heavyweight title on the market today.
Oh, it's gorgeous.
Yeah, I can't find anything on what the 730 means.
Okay.
It just means that the next time anyone meets Eddie Kingston, we'll have to ask him what it means.
Yeah, sometimes people just have those strange personal items in their gimmicks that mean something directly to them, like Shotzi Blackheart's helmet. I know the story behind that.
Yeah, or like some of CM Punk's tattoos.
Yeah.
So that's 730 must mean something to him because I did find a Twitter post where all he did was retweet a Progress Wrestling, and this is old, where he was going to be in a match for Progress, and it just had 730 in the retweet. You know, that's in a sense that's one of the places where I'm from. I spent a lot of time in Yonkers as a kid, and I had grandparents that lived there.
Yes,
Okay.
he weighs 730.
He definitely looks like he went to the Chris Jericho School of Bodybuilding.
Yep.
Homeless Bruce Banner.
Ah,
God, that is so good.
So good.
So good. Thank
it's
you.
that
Justin.
gravel.
It is. It really is.
It's heavy, big.
I can only imagine how heavy that belt was.
About 36 pounds.
It's heavy because it's filled with the expectations of the company and the fans.
All of that, and it also has the soul of being lost in its first title reign. It comes with a great spiritual weight.
Man, I thought this was going to be over like much sooner.
Yeah, we're going on our 4th hour here.
It's that Bucks match.
Oh.
Oh.
At least Eddie Kingston looks better here than he did in TNA.
I'll take your word for it. I don't have context. I had a lot of trouble watching TNA during the Dixie Carter era. That really felt like WCW 2.0 to me at the time.
It really was.
Mox versus the Green Ranger.
Yeah.
Man, he looks like the member of the Spirit Squad that got rejected.
So all of them.
Mills Lane. I'll allow it.
Yeah, Eddie Kingston looks like the Hurricane Helm's new sidekick. Okay, so far this has not been a technical masterpiece.
No.
Yeah, I looking for technical work rate from Eddie Kingston.
But so far they're trading sloppy chops.
Eddie's kind of not really selling.
Now they're just
much.
slapping each other. Oh, is this an I Quit match?
Yes.
Oh. See what you missed when the conversation is truly scintillating?
Then again, Eddie Kingston has wrestled Zandig at the same time that John Moxley was in CZW, so... So if they're going to bleed, probably Kingston's going to bleed like a stuck pig.
Okay. Uh-oh. Might want to clear out the first row. There's nothing quite as terrifying as sitting in as an indie show in the front row. Then whoever is on top of the match looks at you and says, "You're going to want to move." Oh, dear God.
Oh. Did you have somebody land on you as Mario?
No.
Or was that a planned spot?
It wasn't planned. I was ringside at a match between Chris Bay and Willie Mack at Maverick Pro Wrestling. It was really amazing to see firsthand. Willie Mack threw Chris Bay out of the ring, and Bay pretty much landed on my boot. There is camera footage of this. And then Matt comes out, picks up Bay, puts him in my lap, shushes the crowd, and then lays on one of those signature Willie Mack hand-size hand chops.
Don't forget about the Mario theme.
That was somebody behind me who was being an a-hole.
I thought Willie Mack was the one who went da 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 da.
No, he's the one who silenced the crowd. Somebody else started singing.
Huh, okay. I could have sworn I saw the same clip.
Oh!
But for some reason, I had the lame idea that after Bay took the chop and he started selling, as soon as he rolled out of my lap, I just started pretending that chop was so powerful it went through the both of us and clutched my chest. Then Donovan Troy was laughing at me from across the room.
Mind for the business, sir. Mind for the business.
Then I checked my phone and realized Donovan Troy was laughing at me 2 different ways, in text and in real life.
So the stip is I quit, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, it's a lot better than WWE style. You give up? You give up?
Well, no, they have I quit matches, but the difference is they injure you until you feel like leaving anyway.
And plus that ref was kind of like putting himself out there like that.
Yeah, the ref was a real swipe left type of individual. Careful, that's how Wheeler nearly lost a hand. No, that was Dawson. It's not the name they go by now. Shit. Oh, come on. It's not really a chair throwing spot unless there's at least 5 these days.
Yeah.
That's Philadelphia rules. Given what's been going on, we kind of owe Philly a spectacle.
Oh, it's got a bat.
Oh, the barbed wire bat. Yeah.
Hey, guys, remember that street fight he had with Lesnar?
Don't recall.
Good.
Oh.
Odds that is real barbed wire and not Hollywood?
Oh, shit. I have no idea because, like, AEW is about safety, but these two guys are fucking crazy, so who knows?
Well, yeah, they're CZW vets. Like I said, if anybody's going to bleed like a stuck pig, it's going to be Kingston, and then Mox is right there.
Looks like Moxley may have actually hit himself on that ring post we were talking about. Incredibly, he's bleeding from the mouth and not the forehead. Get away, you're ugly. Did he swallow his tongue? Is that why he's making those sounds?
Oh, this is not going to be a technical showcase, guys.
It's not exactly fast-paced either.
Okay.
Just throw at him. Oof.
Well, Mox failed the saving throw, but Kingston just barely got over the threshold for the attack, so I guess that works.
Ooh!
Nothing quite like completely blinding a person to gain an advantage.
Oh.
And now he's shifting him into third. Or are we talking about something on top of the bat here?
Look at him land with the bat in the pocket.
Yeah, he definitely hovered over that bat. I think Kingston may have bit his own tongue.
I see. Kingston's winning the projectile battle.
You keep spamming the fireball.
Yeah, 1v1 me, no items, final destination.
What the hell?
What the?
Oh.
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 Wow.
We going CZW.
EC dub, EC dub, EC blah blah blah.
That's crazy. That's cool though too.
In the streets, we call that a ghetto
Fuck,
infinite
you
gauntlet.
sick
Oh,
fuck.
Jesus.
Get no infinite
Fuck.
Yeah.
We call this the Yonkers can opener.
Wait, what?
No,
But his hand is okay.
Oh, that's Risberg, the greatest referee of all time.
Rep
He
match between
officiated
the
the-
Invisible Man and the
Oh, fuck.
Invisible Stan.
Yes, I am talking about that match.
Okay, I was just making sure.
Moxley hungry.
That match was 99% referee. The other 1% was King Kutaro.
Thanks, Tony. We know. God. Uh-oh.
Oh, he's come for a stink face.
Yeah, we have another wrestler that thinks he's a builder.
Sorry,
And-
this is not a Pee Wee Herman breakfast machine, so we're good.
Meanwhile, Jeremy never likes it when wrestlers try to become architects.
No.
Speaking of which, on the latest Botchamania,
Oh, that chair collapsed. Do you see
they
that?
make fun of the fact that somebody was trying to be a creator, as it were.
Oh.
Yeah, like you could hear somebody ask the ref to help them with something.
I remember.
Wow.
Do you remember freaking Eric Rowan versus Big Show's stair match? And Eric Rowan tried to make this elaborate stair palace.
Well, shoot. I mean, just during Hell in a Cell, Sasha Banks and Bailey built like 20 different traps.
Oh,
and
I
then
still
used them in
haven't
the
seen
last
that
60
match. So
they
That
used
match
them in the
was
last
so
like
good.
2 minutes.
Hell of a match. Hell of a match.
that's what I saw. You guys like, holy
we got
shit.
the bag.
Thumbtacks.
That's the way it goes.
There's a snake in that bag. I know it.
There's a snake in my boot. Is it glass? Is it tax? Is it dice?
Now, granted, it's a grass snake, but they can still be dangerous if they bite
It's
your
gummy
toe.
bears.
It could be D20 dice.
That was a good match. Unfortunately, Joey
Box
Ryan
of
got
Legos.
in
Oh,
it.
shit.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
He who sets it must go through it.
That's
Or
usually the rule, and only one of these guys is wearing a shirt.
yeah, but Kingston already took the suplex on the chairs.
Yeah, but he's still standing.
Wait, well, Mock's trying to do the worm, or what the fuck?
Eddie!
That was a sequence.
The referee hanging on with their dear life.
I didn't know he was that ref was with AEW.
You don't hear much about refs moving between companies these days.
Freaking, they got Audrey, they got Knox, they got this guy. Shit.
This is one of those things we need Donovan for. Donovan knows a ton of refs.
Almost seems to know everybody.
Yeah.
Oh.
A lot of AEW talent was in APW. I mean, the pay-per-view I watched had Cody, Pentagon, Jungle Boy, Willie Mack. Oh God!
Oh.
Mm.
Yeah.
Ay, ay, ay.
Yeah.
Suka, brilliant.
Penetrated.
We need an Alpha 5 here.
Ay, 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 ay.
Ay, 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 Rangers.
Light
There you
tube.
go.
Light tube. Make this a CZW match.
Oh.
Come
got
back
the
to
barbed wire.
He can't quit if you kill him, you idiot.
Technically, it's quitting.
No.
His body quit.
There is no faking thumbtacks.
There is, but there's no convincing way to do it.
What is he doing?
There's just like there's no way to fake Sanwa buttons.
Why did he flip the announce table? What's the advantage in that?
Is that water?
I think he just grabbed a bottle of water.
No, that's
yeah.
alcohol.
Is that alcohol?
That's rubbing alcohol.
Shit.
So it doesn't get an infection. Come on.
That's gonna suck.
Oh god, that one time Brandon Cutler dumped out a bunch of what's it called, Dungeons and Dragons dice.
That was recent. That was actual recent.
Now look, Moxley, we live in a very dangerous era, and with those attacks, you could get COVID. We have to take care of this right now.
And yeah, there were several D4s in those dice. And when I saw the slam, I was like, "Oh God, why?"
Who went through it?
What the?
Peter Avalon.
Yeah.
Peter Avalon came out with a bunch of books and dumped them on the floor.
How
Here, hold on, I will
ironic!
look for it.
How nice that Brandon Cutler, the D&D guy, fought a guy named Avalon.
Where is Avalon anyway? I miss him. He used to be big in the SoCal scene. I notice nobody can answer this question.
Because we're not Donovan.
Oh Jesus.
Oh God.
I was going to be impressed.
Oh, God, I felt that. That hurt.
You think that's actual alcohol, or you think it's just colored water?
That's water.
That's probably water.
If
Does
it were colored, it'd be witch hazel.
No, I'm just asking because, if it was a small amount, I wouldn't think much of it, but dumping that much, I could interfere with somebody's breathing.
Yeah.
Oh, is he going to put it in his mouth? Is he going to put it in? That doesn't do anything when you're holding them.
He just cuts his own hand.
There was a flaw in this plan.
Yeah.
Eddie Kingston's not the brightest of individuals.
Well, if you're going to keep forgetting what you need it for, maybe you need to get tested.
Oh, bulldog choke. Oh, there's some tacks in his forehead. Yay. Joy pulling those fuckers out.
That's why the medics at wrestling shows have needle nose pliers in the bag.
Thank you, Kaza.
No problem. The way he sells that too is just like amazing because he sells it like death.
Wait, you're missing one thing.
Oh.
Again, he can't quit if he's knocked out.
Good one. Which is funny because a dice company had tweeted out to him after that. Oh wow. JR mentioning Minoru Suzuki? What?
Hey, look, JR's educating. He's not in a place that has to pretend it's the only company in all of wrestling.
I mean, the biggest shock was DIY.
Oh yeah.
All right, I'm going to say around the neck.
It's the only logical place to use something that's been stripped like that.
He set up for it too.
Yeah, with a hand up to protect and everything. Well, he was.
No.
Nope, wrapping it around his own hand. Has nobody here done a risk-reward assessment?
Oh!
Oh, okay.
We didn't. Well, it's around the neck. Oh, he looks so in pain.
Damn. fuck.
Quit.
Yeah, I'd call for it. Okay.
But
Yeah,
he
I'm gonna
didn't say I
that's
quit.
fake I'm gonna say that's fake barbed wire.
Yeah.
Next week is gonna come out. I didn't say that. I said brisket.
I'm gonna say it. That was not a good match.
No.
Yeah.
No,
I
that
wasn't
was
feeling it.
But
it was
between
pretty
those
lackluster.
two, between those two asking for work rate when it was going to be a hardcore brawl, no.
I mean, also nothing was gonna top freaking the revival match, the Hardy match.
Oh,
They
Oh,
don't
oh
get you.
God.
Oh.
Ooh.
Is Kenny gonna come out?
I can only imagine that Billy Gunn is over there yelling, "Take the tax out!"
Yeah.
And Sonny Kiss is just like, oh my God, girl, why you got to do that?
And as soon as he slaps that on his shoulder, he just knocks 2 tacks further in.
It's like,
That's why he's just like, damn it.
I keep forgetting there's steel in my back. Yeah, put it down. That's a smart way to go. Yeah.
What the hell?
The ref just slipped.
I thought the ref just saw a spider. I didn't know what happened. Oh, spit.
COVID. That's how you get the COVID.
I have such a headache. Oh my god. He looks like he's been kicked in the balls and somebody forgot to take the foot out.
Oof.
Yeah, after that, you may have to wrestle.
Oh hell yeah!
Thank you, Glitch.
Thanks again,
for this.
Glitch.
You're all welcome.
You giving us the gift.
The gift of Matt Hardy.
Yeah, that was quite the gift.
Why you mad, bro? All I did was choke you with barbed wire. That's what friends do.
Yeah, you
Come
put
on,
me in, you threw me into tax, I choke you with barbed wire.
Let's hug this out.
Dang, dude, Mox has had a hell of a run.
He's been pretty dominant.
Yep.
You look like you just remembered he left something on the oven.
Oh, there he is.
Well, there's the guy. Jeez, ask a silly question.
Yeah, just slap those tacks more into your back. It's okay.
It's Mox. He's probably immune to the damage.
You dropped a tack. It's right here. Kenny Omega says, I don't have time for this. I need to fight for an important title. The Up, Up, Down, Down Championship.
Ooh, now that's a crossover.
Okay, I saw. Thank you.
All right.
There's a tack in your arm. Tack in your arm.
Attacking your lower back.
Yeah.
And he bursts into flames. Well, AEW and WWE does have one thing in common. They've had recent shows where you can say, I wish they didn't finish this with that stupid heavyweight match.
Yeah.
Fair. Yeah.
Yeah. Again, Glitch, thanks a lot for.
Thank you.
No problem. So
appreciate it.
Does anyone have anything they would like to plug before we let people go for this very long show?
I don't know. I guess I'll plug my YouTube show, youtube.com/Glitch the Digital Demon. Glitch the Digital Demon, all one word. So you can see me make fun of hentai and stuff, I guess.
All right, and
well,
on the CWF network, usually on Wednesday nights starting at 8 p.m. Pacific time, we have regular games of the role-playing game Worldwide Wrestling, where several of us be people that we're not usually. And I also have a relatively active TikTok account, the one and only Mario, as well as a pretty good Instagram at CWF Mario. That's it. Anybody else?
Anybody else? No.
Follow me on Instagram at Magical Senpai _, because Magical Senpai was taken, so I had to add the underscore. I also have Twitch, but I haven't been really streaming lately. But I should fix that. Twitch.tv/Magical Senpai Gaming.
And twitch.tv/Imaginary Ninja. Like, subscribe, comment, and all that good stuff.
Hey.
Hey.
All right. Well, thank you for those of you tuning in for this watch along for AEW Full Gear. Hope you've had a fun time, and hope you stay safe out there.
Stay safe.
Stay safe. Love you all. Take care. Be safe.